Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers and T. Wright in the house tonight. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Man, doing pretty good. Man, can't y'all believe it? Thanksgiving is literally next week.
It's been a quick month, man.
Man, has it? Like, I was just thinking, like, dang, where have the time flown? It feel like, you know, we were getting ready for week 1 in NFL. Now we here at week 10. Like, I remember just being pumped about Jameis, and now we here in week 10. That's crazy.
It's been a good one.
Hey, it's amazing how your expectations start at week 1, and as the season gradually progress, you like, dang.
Either up or down, you lose them early. Some people still got it.
Yep. And it's been a wild week 10. For a second, I was like, all my game picks are done. Like,
I know my game picks was bad.
Did anybody do good this week?
actually, Gatwood did good.
Of course, bro. I'm sick of him.
Well, he only got one game up on everybody. He had 8 picks right. I had all three of us had 7. Flowers, T. Wright, we had 7, and RC had 6.
I didn't think I had that many.
It was a lot.
We picked up. Yeah, we picked up the right picks on the back end of week 10, like the late evening games.
Right. It was the early games that got us.
Yeah, it was the early games that got us, man. But we're gonna start off with the Seahawks and Buccaneers. Seahawks beat the Buccaneers 16-21. Flowers, what did you take away from this game?
You know what I took away from the fact of the matter, man, that Tom Brady and them got to doing what they needed to do far as, man, they're running the ball, taking the ball out of Tom Brady's hands less. But the main thing is, man, they're establishing the run, and that's big for them. And another thing that we've seen them do was take away Seattle's run game. We ain't seen that from Tampa Bay in a couple of weeks. For them to take away Kenneth Walker like that and make the Seahawks one-dimensional, and Seahawks couldn't score at first. And, it took them to the end to get back into the game. But you can't kick field goals in the NFL, man. You got to put punts on the board. But the main thing is the old shades of Tampa Bay as far as them being able to run the ball in a sense, but mainly that defense playing and stopping the run and making people one-dimensional, them getting after people. And Tampa Bay might be on to something.
Most definitely. I like Tampa Bay game plan going into this. Like you said, stop Walker, point blank. He's been killing teams these past couple weeks. He took over and make Geno beat you. And that's what they show. Once you make the Seahawks one-dimensional, it's hard for them to score. We saw Geno had a fumble in the close to the red zone, which really hurt them because that was on the drive. I believe that was in the second quarter. It was a couple of minutes before the half. So that was huge. So the Buccaneers did a great job. I should have picked the Bucs. What's so crazy about it? I've been going against Seahawks this whole time. Then this one time I picked the Seahawks, they lose. But I should have known better because the Bucs defense is totally different from the other teams that the Seahawks have played against.
You know what I think might have played a factor though?
What's that?
I didn't know that they played in Germany. I think that had to be the longest flight like in NFL history from Seattle to where was it in Munich in
Yeah, it
Germany.
was
So
in,
that
yeah, it was in Munich. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I think that may have played some kind of factor because that's a crazy flight. Why are we playing games in Germany?
Money, man. They making
Money.
money. From to promote the sport. He had 70,000 people in that stadium.
Really?
Yeah, it
70,000
was a lot.
people.
Yeah, they were drowning out, the players and everything. Like they were just chanting.
They didn't
were
have
just-
cans of beer. They had
Yeah.
pitchers of beer. They had full pitchers of beer in the stands drinking beer. I said, this is amazing right here.
Yeah, man, it made me want to go to a soccer game over in Europe. If they crazy for NFL football, imagine how crazy they'll be for when they watch football, which is soccer. I know it's amazing atmosphere.
Oh, yes. Especially with Bayern Munich over there and stuff like that. Oh, soccer is crazy in Germany.
Man. Hey, Flowers, I got a quick question for you. I saw somebody in the chat. Somebody said they looking for a team to bet money on. Which team? Do you have a specific team you bet money on, or you just kind of play the numbers on?
You know what? It's honestly, in my opinion, it's not safe to just take one team and bet that team. Not in the NFL, because the NFL is week by week. You kind of have to go by trends and threads. Like this past week, I'm quite sure a lot of people didn't pick Tampa Bay. Probably wouldn't. Well, I'm quite sure it was probably even 50-50. But I mean, you have to go by the lines. Like, this game probably was -3, -4. I think it was going Tampa Bay's way, so Vegas thought they was going to win. But no, you can't depend on just one team to bet each week. I think that's dangerous. Now, are you playing money line? Are you playing, point spread? It depends on what you're doing.
It's your opinions.
Yeah, I know Atlanta through like week 7 or 8 was like undefeated against the spread, which is crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, it is, because all the games been close, so it keeps them in the spread, and it works for
them. Yeah, until they met the Panthers.
We're not gonna talk about that game, right?
Nah, we ain't. We gonna let that in the wall. We gonna let that slide.
Mariota's not it. I just wanted to say that.
That should have been my dud.
No, don't say that,
my
Flowers.
God.
Don't say that.
That should have been my dud, bro. Did you see
Hey,
the
guess what, Tyler? That's my dud.
Yeah.
Good. Because I know somebody
gonna let
had to
him
get
slide.
that clip on here.
Well, I mean, he's serviceable, but what we know for Ritter,
I'd rather see that. I mean,
really?
If Mario's gonna go out there and just close his eyes and just throw it to sweet baby Jesus down the field, hey, put Ritter in there and see what you got. Because let's be honest, Atlanta was somewhat in contention. I don't want to rule. I mean, I'm gonna rule them out, but in a sense, they're not out of it. But you can't have a quarterback play like that and expect to win the NFC South. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but just think about the NFC South though, how wide open it is. I mean, you don't have to be perfect each and every week. As you see, Tampa Bay's in first at 5-5, I believe, and right to them is the Falcons. So,
Man.
But the quarterback
I know,
play
Tyler.
separates
I know it
that.
sucks. Yes, yeah, you got that right. Quarterback play, and you seen it.
Think about this from Brady though. They probably gonna get a little hot streak, and they'll probably play like first round, somebody like the Giants or
I don't know. They want to see the Giants
or Geno.
They might play Dallas. Yep, somebody like that.
Nah, they'll want to see Dallas because
they don't want to see Dallas. But
what
if he end up getting like Geno first round, and then like or Daniel Smith first round? Not Daniel Smith. Daniel Jones first round. And Geno second round to go to the Super Bowl. That would be sick.
That'll be easy path, to be honest. Because the only team that'll be in their way will be the Vikings and Eagles. They're not gonna see those guys if they finish first in the division. They'll either see, like you said, the Giants. Or,
and it's gonna be a home game.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a home game.
Mm-hmm.
Got four and it'll probably be the Giants or Seattle, like you were saying, if they sneak in. I don't know. That's the only teams I can really think of. Cause Rams, I feel like they out of it.
Yeah, they done.
Oh yeah, the Rams are shot. They're done.
Yeah, they'll probably see the Cowboys, Giants, or Seahawks, to be honest. All right, we're gonna skip over this game. We're gonna wait for RC. He said he heading home now. He probably speeding. He might got
Take
some
your
stuff.
time, my boy. Take your time, my boy.
He got some stuff on his chest. So we've been off a week, well, a couple of days, so we didn't do the
Been
pod
foaming at
Friday.
the mouth now.
Yeah, he been ready to get this out of his chest though. So let's talk about the Lions and Bears. The Lions beat the Bears 31-30. Tyler, who do Justin Fields remind you of? When I'm watching him play, I'm like,
I don't know.
It feels like I've seen it before, but I can't tell. I can't put my hat on it.
I don't know. Would you say
he has an extra gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who he play like. It's not quite Vic, but it's not Cam because Cam's big. Somewhere in between, I would guess.
Yeah, I was thinking about Randall Cunningham, but like, nah.
Yeah.
Cunningham was very accurate. He was accurate, not very accurate, but he can toss that
Cunningham
thing.
was accurate. He can toss that thing. He can toss that.
He can toss that thing. So he probably just a new model of quarterback. He just big, strong, and fast, man.
Athlete.
Yeah, he's an athlete. There you go. He's an athlete. He just know how to make the plays. And when they put a team around, they're gonna be dangerous. To you right. I told you. I said let's trade for Justin Fields because this is not the organization that drafted him. So let's take it off the Bears' hands. Like, hey, Bears, this is not your guy. You want to go get somebody?
Like, wait a minute, hey, them Bears executives are smart now. They come from Indianapolis. They know what they're doing.
We can't play them, huh? Like Matt Nagy and them boys.
No, them gentlemen know what they're doing now. Some cool cats in Chicago they got in there now.
So they got some space. They got some cap space now.
Yeah, and
learn from the camp master, man, Chris Ballard. Chris Ballard ain't about to spend a dime. Chris Ballard ain't about to spend a dime.
And he gonna build through the draft like always. But the Bears defense is such a letdown. I know they haven't. On fourth down, they've been one of the best defenses out there. But come on, man. The Lions are hurt. It's Jared Goff. And you letting him, man, St. Brown just running slants and digs and just running the whole route tree out there. And Jared Goff just finding them. And it just blow my mind that the Bears secondary was once proud, but look at him now. They're getting a huge chunk plays. They're young, but you got to cover that back end, and they let Jared Goff, just get loose on them while throwing the football.
And then they traded their best two defensive players.
That's Khalil Mack.
Well, Mack, a few years ago, they traded him to Los Angeles. Roquan's gone, and Quinn's gone. Robert Quinn's gone.
So Robert Quinn got sent to
the Eagles.
The Eagles, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So that you're talking about depleting the defense, and that defense is young. They probably want to see what they got on the field. I tell you, one guy that stands out, the Brisker kid that they drafted. He's the safety. I like him. He stands out pretty well.
My question is to y'all: are they playing DeAndre? Are the Lions playing DeAndre Swift right? He only had 6 carries, 6 yards. He had a touchdown, but he only had 1 catch.
I want to be careful when I say this because I don't think they're playing him right now because I think they're weaning him back from that injury. I think it was an ankle injury or something like that. Mm-hmm. And just maybe they're just weaning him back. I mean, maybe that's what it is because I don't see anything else other than that holding him back because that's an explosive piece right there.
Yeah, but 6 carries, like not even 10, not double. But I think he got the ball about 8 times, 9 times last game. That's why I'm kind of shocked about how the Lions are proceeding with this.
I agree. Now I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean,
if he's healthy, play him.
Yeah, he's out there, so it can't be snap count because I never seen a player with 6 carry snap count.
He had 6 carries and 3 targets in the passing game.
Yeah, that's a small. I don't know what's going on in Detroit. Maybe they try and save him for a long term. They know how the running backs go through usage. So I don't know. I hope Dan Campbell continue to get better and build a better team. Cause I like him as a head coach. I feel
2
like
wins in a row.
I feel like he can do big things there. So the Lions beat the Bears 31-30 in a comeback fashion. All right, the man of the hour, Russell Wilson. Broncos lose to the Titans 10-17.
Aye.
Flower, what is the next step for the Broncos here?
Man, the offense is shot, man. I caught that game late yesterday, before the Colts played, and Russell Wilson had a drive at the end of the game to be able to tie it up, and it doesn't look right, man. It doesn't look right at all. And the pass that he thrown, and that's why I picked him as the dud of the week. And I'm quite sure you got the interception he thrown late. I'm hoping you did.
Yeah.
Who are you throwing it to? Who are you throwing it to? I don't understand the offense. I don't understand the concept. They don't do anything well. They don't run the ball well. They don't throw the ball well. They don't block well. They don't catch well. Nathaniel Hackett is a failure. It's a big failure.
Straight up.
Plain and simple. It's a big failure.
Who would have thought they have this whole package with, they okay, we understand they lost Javonte Williams, but Melvin Gordon is now a scrub. And it has Sutton. Even when they had Javonte Williams, the offense was struggling.
They got Latavius Murray too.
Yeah, they got Latavius Murray, and they have they have guys, but you can't tell me that it's all on Russell Wilson, all on this particular thing where the play calling looks dumb. I think I heard that Russell Wilson was hit 18 times.
Yes, he was hit 18 times yesterday. Yes.
I'll watch it. He took
a beating.
He took a lot of hits. Let me see how many times he was actually sacked in this game.
He was sacked 6 times.
6 times, solid. 18 hits, 6 times.
That's a lot, man.
After a while, you gotta run the ball more than 18 to 20 times. If your quarterback getting hit 18 times, the game is now out of reach. So let's keep it on the ground. Let's get something going. We see Russell Wilson, he's struggling back there. He getting pressure, so let's try to take the pressure off of him. And they didn't. It was just, I think that's what made him throw that late interception. he been jittery all day in the pocket.
Yeah, he was running for his life.
He been doing, and he had a fumble. I don't know how they recovered the fumble. I don't know. The refs must have been smoking something that guy. Sure did look like the Titans recovered that. I don't know. What do I know? I ain't a ref, but it sure did look like the Titans recovered it.
I just wonder how the locker room is.
They're giving their defense nothing, bro.
You read my mind, T. Because I'm sitting here thinking the same thing.
Yeah. They held Derrick Henry to 53 yards on 19 carries yesterday.
What more do you want? What more do you want? They didn't score in the second half. Zero points in the second half from Denver, man.
Yep.
It make it look like Russell Wilson is not a great quarterback. They making Russell Wilson look like Andy Dalton.
I just don't think Nathaniel Hackett and Russell is a fit. I don't think it's gonna work.
So what's gonna happen here?
You don't think it's no credence to all that stuff that the Legion of Boom was saying?
No, I'm just saying
we see him with the Legion of Boom and we see him without Pete Carroll and all that.
But
I mean, is there any credence to it?
No, I don't
won
think
games
so.
without the Legion of Boom prior to this.
Yeah,
I don't want to completely say that because I don't want to discredit Russ for the work he puts in. But you could just be put in the situation far as Pete Carroll might have been, right for him because Pete, kept him balanced in a sense. Nathaniel Hackett just wants to run his style of offense, and it's not working. He wants to pass it.
Style.
Yes,
yeah, that's fair.
And then with those guys too, they messy anyway. They like to talk. Richie Sherman and Earl Thomas, all them guys like to just talk.
I'm disappointed in Sherm just continuing to just throw gas on Russ, man. Like And you know what? I respect Russ for not even commenting and even, going back and forth with them guys. I mean, we can't speak for what happened in the locker room, but obviously the defense felt that they wanted more recognition, and Russ was getting it in the media. That's plain and simple, and the defense probably wanted that credit. Now, I can't speak for Russ. Like I say, how he, was acting in the locker room. People, just because he prays and see children in the hospital. Some people will still consider you fake. They don't think that's the real you, but I mean that's the real him. He's consistent with it, so you can't sit there and tell me that's just who he is.
It gotta be him. Sierra left Future.
Sure. She was looking for some consistency and balance.
Yeah, exactly. She left on.
I ain't gonna lie. We can call him corny or anything we want. He married.
He got him one. Yes, he did.
He got him one.
And she do right by him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think those guys are kind of upset because of how Russell Wilson carried himself. Because I'll listen to Sherman his podcast, and he brought on his name escaping me. Marshawn Lynch. And they were talking about Marshawn was talking about how he had to get in contact with somebody to contact Russell Wilson, like he couldn't contact Russell Wilson, individually. He had to get through. I mean,
nah, Ben, come on, bro.
I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right, but to be honest, Tyler, if I know how certain guys act, like, I don't want you to call me out of blue. Like, you may not be a type of person I want to talk to right then.
You too soon.
You the quarterback, though, man. You the quarterback. Tom Brady going to shake everybody's hand. Tom Brady know everybody's name.
I don't know if they meant by, them saying that during, like, while they were teammates or right now. He just said when he tried to call Russell, he got to get through a person.
I think it was when they were teammates.
Yeah, he said it when they were teammates, too.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, that's on Russ then.
Yeah, that's on him.
You can't put yourself on a stool and be high and mighty. Can't be stuck up. Remember what we was calling people like that? Stuck up. Can't be that. Especially on the team. You gotta talk to everybody, you gotta communicate with everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that's on him.
Yeah.
All right. The Jags lose to the Chiefs 17-27. T. Wright, is the Chiefs the Super Bowl favorite here?
No doubt. Unquestionably. They got the best quarterback, the best coach.
Best quarterback, best coach. Hey, best everything, huh, Tyler?
Hey,
best tight end.
Best tight end. Come on now.
Man, that pickup of Tony was a steal. Straight robbery.
He's not a rookie, is he?
No, this is second year.
Not second year.
Second year. Because they said he scored his first touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he been hurt, but
yeah, I
don't know. You know how these players is. They say something on Twitter like, "Oh, I never was hurt with the Giants." Like, I don't know what the deal was with him, but he was a legit number one for the Giants, and the Chiefs just got, I don't know, legit number one, but he can be, their
another gadget. Another gadget.
Another gadget. Not Tyreek Hill though, but a step below that. But he has breakaway speed. So they got another toy for Patrick Mahomes to, play around with like he usually do. Work his magic in the pocket and heave it downfield. And that's what he did to Tony a couple times, hitting him like that. So, and the Chiefs, man, they looking better and better each and week. They took care of business versus Trevor. Trevor only can do so much on Flowers.
Can't do it. I mean, this game was okay.
Yeah, he had
something. All right. He got sacked 5 times.
You know what I'm seeing from the young quarterbacks? They either hold on to the football a long time, or they just take unnecessary sacks. How you know is that when they scrambling, they just run out of bounds. They don't flick it. They don't throw it away. They just kind of take unnecessary loss of yardage. It's kind of crazy. Justin Fields had a couple plays like that where he should have been got rid of that football, but he tried to make stuff happen. He just got sacked. And that what happened on the last play, remember? he got pressure and he just started kind of like trying to do some magic tricks in the backfield, and that's how the game ended for him.
Some of them get in, as soon as they see the pressure, like, and that's the thing with these running quarterbacks. The first thing they want to do is run.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not running to keep the play going. They want to run, cut it straight up the field, and just try to make something happen. It just takes time. And I'm quite sure Justin, understanding if he keeps playing and get the reps and get better players around him, he can use his legs to just not only run and make big plays, but run and keep a play going, and then hit somebody down the field for a bigger play.
That's right. So that's when they get him the right tools too. Trevor, his tools are questionable with his receiving core. So his Fields, but when they get some right pieces around them, we're gonna see.
We'll see.
All right. The Texans lose to the Giants 16-24. Flowers. Do Brian DeBall have the right plan in place for these guys?
For what they have, yes. For what they have, man. They gonna ride Saquon when they can. Daniel Jones, he keeps it short and sweet with him. He's gonna let Daniel throw it. He's gonna let Daniel run it. The main thing about the New York Football Giants, gentlemen, they're well coached. They was a great coach. They play defense. They got a great defensive line, great front seven. They're just using what they got, beating up on people. One possession game, let the best man win. Yesterday was a clear evidence of that. The Houston Texans cannot stop the run. So what do you do? You give the Saquon
35 times.
That's what you do. Hey, I'm wrong. I was wrong. It's week
MVP
10.
candidate.
He hadn't wrote down.
Who?
Saquon.
Look,
MVP candidate.
No, we'll get to MVP, but no, not for me. Not for me. But yes, Saquon. I'm still not drafting you in fantasy, but dang, you've been killing it though. So, hats off to you, man, for carrying the Giants when they really don't have no offensive weapons besides I can't remember that kid's name that we said last week.
Oh, now Slayton's back. Darius Slayton.
Yeah, he had a couple catches in that game. But the other kid, you remember Flowers was like not Galliman. It was the receiver.
Wandale
Robinson. Yeah, Wandale Robinson.
And Galladay came back yesterday, but of course he didn't catch anything.
Of course not. The only thing he catching is a cold. So
that's right.
That's the only thing he catching these days. And he catching feelings too. That's another thing he's catching.
Oh my god.
That man be mad about everything. Well, Kenny, you know what I tell you? Take the bag, bro. Don't get upset that he took the bag.
He took the bag, It's fine, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But don't be crying when you don't get the playing time now. So enjoy your money. All right, let's let me go back. Let's go ahead and talk about the Colts and Raiders. The Colts beat the Raiders 25-20.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Flowers, what you got anything to say to America?
America, listen to me. Now, I haven't said anything all week. I've talked to my wife about it. Now, I'll sit up here and watch people on TV bash the Colts organization, bash Jeff Saturday for taking his opportunity to coach. People don't know the fact of the matter. Irsay been trying to get that man on the coaching staff for the last 4 years. He's been a consultant with the team for the longest. Irsay and him talk football. They talk insight. They talk about the team. All right, let me get on to America real quick about something. Because us simple people right here, you know what we do? And I told my wife this earlier. We get online, fill out job applications, and we see jobs that we like. But you know what them jobs say? You need this and this and this, these qualifications. We know we can do the job, but you need these qualifications. Okay, how am I going to get a job if I cannot work to gain the experience?
Yeah.
So we're going to sit up here and knock Irsay for firing Frank Reich. For what I've been telling y'all for the longest on here, he hasn't been doing a great job. It was such a big shock to America, but it wasn't a shock to me that they fired him. Now, it was a shock that he hired Jeff, but if y'all heard Jeff talk, he commands a room. What does a head coach need to do? They need to lead. They need to lead men. Jeff can do that. And I understand people talking about the Rooney Rule, and I'm not going to get into all that. You know, the only person that maybe should have considered the job as far as the Rooney Rule would be Scott Montgomery, the running backs coach. But why take him out of the place? Then you have to replace that. Why take Reggie Wayne from the wide receivers coach position, put him as a head coach, then he had to replace that? Let him stay with them young guys. Let Jeff come in, get a new voice, lead. You know what I seen different? I seen the offensive line blocking different. I seen a different blocking scheme. I seen Jonathan Taylor run for 144. We rushed for over 200. We passed for over 200. Over 400 total yards from somebody that supposedly doesn't have experience. Now, if a coach, and I understand Coach Bill, Cowher and Rex Ryan, I understand coaches having to gripe about Jeff jumping line because of the trials and tribulations they went through. I can't help that they had to go through 20 years of coaching to get a shot. And I can't be mad at Irsay for blowing up that what's the word I want to say? The myth and the legend of you having to have 20 years to be able to do something like that. Because you don't. Obviously, Jeff done blew that up. Now, as far as what's gonna go on for the rest of the season, I don't know. It's an intern position. If Jeff can do the job, I don't see why he can't have it. That's the same in the fact of the matter, the reason of I see Joe Thomas talking, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. I see Joe Thomas.
Yeah, Joe Thomas.
I have nothing against Joe Thomas, hell of a player, but Joe Thomas, man, you retired and took an NFL analyst gig off the strength of what you did in the NFL. What about the people that went to school for 4 to 6 years, trying to do the same thing you're trying to do that you're doing now? They didn't get to the position because of you. So don't sit up here and bash Jeff Saturday for taking a position and an opportunity. And I'm done.
Exactly. And I want to throw this in too. They talking about Jeff Saturday don't have the credentials. He don't have, the work experience. But I bet different. I mean, how many years did he play with Peyton?
12 years.
That's plenty of experience. He gained knowledge from Peyton, who's running the offense while on the field. And he's the commander.
Who was the captain of the line? He was the captain of the offense.
Man, to me, that's outstanding experience.
He was a part of a winning organization. Part of a winning organization. He knows how to win. He knows what goes into game planning. He knows what coaches have to do. He knows what players have to do. The main thing is that he can manage and lead the players. That's all that matters. That's what head coaches need to do.
If he's a center for Peyton Manning, then that's a step of approval, in my opinion.
You want to know what Peyton
that's all you
did?
need to say.
Peyton ran everything. He ran everything. Jeff had to know all the checks. He had to know all the audibles. He had to know all the blitzing schemes. He had to know the whole 9 yards. North Carolina man, smart as a whip.
People don't give him enough credit for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Peyton Manning should get credit, but Jeff Saturday was right there with him.
Quarterback, smartest person on the field. Center, probably the second smartest. Let's not kid ourselves here. I played the position before.
This man. Yeah. Kyle, you know what, man? I also pumped about y'all winning the game, man, and happy for Jeff Saturday. He was fired up, and he was jumping up and down. That he got right back into it. He put that serious face on, and went back to coaching, and I don't know why they had to make this a big issue when Jeff Saturday is a proven guy. He's a well-known guy across the league, and they want to take that. Everybody wants to stay on the soapbox and say, "Oh, this and that," just so they can get clout, so they can get more ratings. Man, bump all that, man.
How many people had to change up them write-ups they had prior to the coach winning? Yeah, everybody was ready to throw them under the bus.
Exactly, and if Frank Wright was still the coach, they would have lost this game.
Right.
Y'all usually lose close games like this.
Right. Let me tell you something. Let me add something real quick. I'm glad you said that. We had a lead for the first time since we beat Arizona last year. We led at halftime the first time this year. You know how long that is? or does that say how bad of a job Frank Wright was doing? I mean, which one is it? See, and now if you want to dig deeper into this stuff,
Mhm.
you want to talk about how good of a job Jeff did or how bad of a job Frank did. Because, like I say, people are so quick to just throw Jim under the bus for bringing Jeff in. So I'm here to defend Jim. You know, you've seen consistency in this organization. Ben, you've seen consistency in this organization for over 20-something years. This is the first time you ever seen Jim Irsay having to fire somebody mid-season ever. And then you want to throw him under the bus.
And guess how many times Matt Ryan was sacked?
Zip.
One time.
Oh, well, one time, you're right.
Yeah, one time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people need to cool the jets. Everybody want to get their name out there, be the first one in the front race to say, yeah, this is wrong. This is white privilege. And man, come on, man. It's just freaking Saturday.
And I'm looking at some of the headlines after Jeff won his first game, and Sports Illustrated says it's unforgivable that Josh McDaniels lost to Jeff Saturday, and one of them said the Colts win says more about Josh McDaniels than Jeff. Like, just get a man his credit, man.
Right.
Just give some
man.
credit.
They hate, man. People hate when they get proven wrong or things don't go their way, man. It's unbelievable how these people act. But I do want to talk about a little bit about Josh McDaniels and what he's doing in the Raiders organization. I mean, with all this talent, the man, the myth, and the legend. RC's in the house. Ooh, it's in time, baby.
Man, I made it.
It's in time, man.
What I mean? Hey, what lies he telling?
Man,
we ain't told too many of them tonight.
No lies, RC. No lies. But we talking about Jeff Saturday, huge win, and what everybody was saying about him, man. How he orchestrated a win yesterday. You saw a lot of improvement in a lot of areas that he was struggling in.
Shout out to the offensive coordinator, Will Parks, man. 30-year-old, man. Kept balanced the whole game. Balance.
That's right. But like you were saying, we were moving on to Josh McDaniels, RC. The Raiders, they said that he's fine. They sticking with him. And they said nothing's changing. They going full speed ahead. But I do want to show y'all this one clip. With that being said, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Let me see, can I get it? Here we go.
I love Josh. I love the Carr. I love our coaches. They've had nothing but success, way more success than I've ever had, and, I'm sorry.
Derek,
sorry.
Continue.
To finish that, sorry for being emotional. I'm just pissed off about some of the things, that a lot of us try and do just to practice what we put our bodies through just to sleep at night. And for that to be the result of all that effort pisses me off. Pisses a lot of guys off. It's hard knowing what some guys are doing. Like I said, just to practice what they're putting in their body just to sleep at night. Like just so we could be there for each other. And I wish everybody in that room felt the same way about this place. And as a leader, that pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
Derek, obviously.
So I'm going to RC. What Derek trying to say here, RC?
I feel sorry for him, man. I really don't know what he's trying to say, man. Like, I think he did it look like he wanted to cry to y'all?
He was crying,
he's crying, man. That's emotion, man.
Bro,
it was a good game, man.
I'm gonna tell you what's wrong, bro. He done convinced Devontae to come over there. He thought it was gonna be like a Boy Scout. He thought they were gonna get over there and everything was gonna be smooth sailing. That we could just show up in the National Football League with our best friends. And ask LeBron how that go when you play with your best friends and you play with your buddies, because everybody else is around you don't care about y'all having a relationship. But it looked like my guy just did like Kanye and broke down in front of everybody just now. He just broke down And I really feel bad for him, man, because he had a lot of coaches, and a lot of different moving parts. It's tough. I would cry too if I lost to Jeff Saturday. I would cry.
Flowers, what you take? Is it a scripted message in this thing? To me it sounds like a scripted message.
It sounds like it. Like I watched the whole game, man. It was a great game, man. It was back and forth in a sense, and it came down to him, trying Stephen Gilmore on a 4th and 6 on a fade route to Devontae. It didn't work, didn't happen. That's the ball game. That's the NFL. That's life in the NFL right there, Mr. Derek Carr. The games you won last year by one possession, you're not winning them this year. I can say the same for my team. That's the NFL. 1 year, like you got Minnesota this year. I think they were 3-9 in one possession games last year.
Right.
Look at them now. That's life in the NFL, my brother. Just you got to suck it up and play it. But I will say, coming from him shows you the dedication and the love he has for that organization. So I'm not gonna kid him on that. I respect that. It's fine to be emotional. As a man. They try to teach us as young black men when we were younger not to be emotional. It's fine to be emotional. You have to let that stuff out sometimes because maybe it was overwhelming to him. To lose, you have to keep losing like that for him to keep saying, the things that they have to
close
do
games
every day to get ready to lose those close games. So I feel for him.
Yeah.
I feel for Derek Carr. What you say?
Don't cry on TV, man, because I'm a layer.
Come on, bro. I ain't want to be that guy. I did not want to be that guy, bro. I'm
like,
you gotta cry in the
I understand Derek Carr.
You gotta cry in the car, bro. You can't
I understand. He said he got to cry in the car.
Just say you pissed. Don't say I'm crying. Just say you pissed.
Come on, man.
I understand where he's coming from because he go through all these years of practicing and gearing up for the game. They come out here and just lose every year. Is the same thing, and I think he started questioning his teammates, his coaches, the people around him. Like, do they even want to win? Do they
as
even
bad
care?
as he do?
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
Tears you up inside when you care about something, and we'll say your teammates or your spouse or something don't care about as deeply as you do. It hurts. You gotta come to the realization like, do I need to be here? Do I need to find a new place where we have the same attitude, that we on the same page, we have the same goals, and it's hard, especially when you love a place, when you love people, and he
loves that place.
He loved the fans, and when you come to the realization that you might have to separate yourself from that situation, it hurts. And I think that's what he's saying. He don't know Josh McDaniels. He said he loved Josh McDaniels. He loved his players, but if you don't have the same willingness to succeed, then we never will succeed. They're gonna continue to bring you down. I feel like he's being held back, and he just can't. He reaching for wins, but he just not seeing them.
Can I say something about McDaniels?
Yeah,
he's not a leader. He's not a leader amongst men. It's cute to wear your visor on the sideline. You got all these cute, fancy plays and. Your route conceptions and all that. But at the end of the day, why Just Saturday won that game is because he can lead men. That's the difference.
Hey, bro. I love you, Flowers. Just Saturday won that game because y'all got one hell of an offensive coordinator. See, let's get this straight. Head coaches do not coach. If you're not Frank Wright was calling plays. There's a handful of guys who call plays, but then there's the Nick Sabans of the world who facilitate. They let the guys they put in place coach for them. That's why when I saw the reaction of some of the people, why Jeff Saturday getting the job? Because you don't have to coach. All you gotta do is get some good coordinators, get a good defensive coordinator, a good offensive coordinator, and just every now and then, hey, what y'all doing? Like what this is? This don't look right to me. This don't. Hey, all you gotta do is you're a figurehead. And so therefore, where a lot of coaches go wrong is, I think, like Shanahan, he want to do everything, and it's too much. The coach for Green Bay, he's trying to do everything. No, you need to be able to give it to someone and let them actually call plays, and you just step in and out, here and there. But McDaniels can't do that. Like you say, he can't leave him in. And tell me one coordinator that come off up under Bill Belichick has been great at anything. I'll wait.
If you want to count, what's the name?
O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien. Yeah.
Who winning anything?
As far as one, no, nobody.
Because when you look at coaching trees, you look at Parcells' coaching tree, you look at even Shanahan's coaching tree.
Yeah.
You got Super Bowl winner out of that coaching tree with McVay, and then you got the Bengals. You had two of Shanahan coaching tree in the
Sean
Super Bowl
Payton
playing against each other. The Vikings head coach comes off up under that Shanahan coaching tree. Like, what is the Belichick coaching tree? He don't let his coordinators do anything. It's just like, you're only good with me when you leave.
Well, for one thing, they don't know how to, like you said, facilitate. They feel like they gotta control everything. That's how I feel like. That's why the players turned on Matt Patricia. Cause he was controlling. Man, we men. We don't need to control me.
It has to work.
Yeah. Like, come on. That was the Lions locker room turned on them. Like, bro, you trying to treat us like teenagers. We men.
Right.
I think that's why like Flower said, being a leader of men is important, especially you imagine trying to tell a grown man that make millions of dollars what to do.
That's tough.
Exactly. And I think that's why Mike Tomlin. That's why I think Mike Tomlin is special, because he didn't let superstars dictate what he gonna do in his locker room, on his field, in his stadium. He didn't let them dictate it. He like, you can hit the road. Like, we'll find somebody else. Like, but I'm the head honcho. This is my locker room, and we're gonna do what I say. And look and look at his speech figures. He keep the cancers out, and he still got a job. He's still trucking along. He got a huge win against Saints. So let's talk about that. Let's go dive into Saints. I want to go and get this over here. Oh well, I don't even have the score. See, I ain't write that mother down.
10-20.
Huh?
10-20.
10-20.
I want to see how these guys respond.
Saints lose to the Steelers 10-20. Okay. I know there's one thing we can do very well.
What's that?
And that's nothing.
Lose.
That's what we can do very well. Nothing. We good at nothing. I know that was possible, but it's possible. We are absolutely good at nothing. We can't block. We can't pass. We can't run the ball. We can't play defense. We can't tackle. We can't coach. Shoot. We can't do special teams. We can't do anything right. And as you were talking about as a leader, DA is not a leader.
Wait a minute.
He's not. I mean, he's a.
Wait a minute, Tyler. I tried to tell this man this. Tyler, I tried to tell this man this. He was now DA. Anybody can coach. Anybody can. No, they can't. No, they. Sean Payton is a legend.
Speak on.
Yeah. And from what I saw, I see no adjustment. I see the same mistakes every week. Like you say, we need to do this, we need to do that, but it's the same thing every week. I don't know how many times we got a penalty on drives that we was going downfield, false start, holding. Like, I think we had like 4 or 5 PI calls in that game. It was unheard of. I'm like, what is going on? I think we had more penalties than first downs. It was something like that. It was something crazy like that. And I'm like, how this man is coming home to New Orleans with a job? How? No, he don't even know who his quarterback is. Like, I understand, I was on Andy Dalton, but we got high schoolers at O-line. So now I'm kind of like, what should we do now? What should we do? So at this point, let's go back to Jameis. I mean, at least he can create some big plays by throwing deep ball, but this whole offense stinks, man.
Is it? Can you put it on Andy Dalton though?
No, it's not Andy Dalton, but the thing is, though, he can't flourish in this type of offense where he getting pressure and they not using Kamara. He can't flourish. He's a downgrade from Breeze. He's an old Breeze. Dalton is an old Breeze. And with old Breeze, you need to use Kamara
they are not using Kamara. It blows my freaking mind. You paying
not.
this dude all his money, and he's
They're
not.
not using.
I don't even know how many catches he's had this past game. What, 2? Maybe
8 carries.
And 3 catches.
3 catches. Come on, this is.
Man, you milked that whale right there.
Come on now.
Man, it blows my mind that we fall from grace this fast. This team was set up to be a contender. We was all in. We traded up in the draft. Now we don't have a first round pick going into next year's draft. So if they don't do something about this, if they gonna have to, I will not say clean house, but we're gonna have to trade away some people. I was thinking like, man, we get rid of DeMario Davis. He's older now. Get rid of Cam. He's older now. Get rid of some of the old guys, and we just gonna have to, restructure here and there. Get rid of Mike. I don't know, Mike Thomas. We might well just keep him because it's a bad contract either way.
That's the way you
go RC.
Send him down the road, bro. Send Mike Thomas.
Send
We
him
can't.
as quick as you can.
We get. Well, they say it'll start. I think something like in June. If we cut him, we can save so much money.
Bro, he
In the
ain't played
cap.
in 2 years. He ain't played
Come on
football in 2 years, bro. Like that guy is taking up a roster spot. But I will say this: don't get rid of DeMario Davis. Don't get rid of Cam Jordan. Your team is you. This is the issue that you have right now. You go out and hire an offensive-minded coach, and you back in the dance. You hired a defensive-minded coach, and he's your guy. You in the National Football League, offense they want to see points scored. They want the next quote-unquote genius. You can't do it the old-fashioned way. Maybe in the early 2000s, DA would have been a good coach, but the National Football League do not like defensive head coaches because it's hard to coach defense and it's hard to play defense today. Like it's easy to get PI. I watched Adebo is his name. It wasn't a pass interference, bro. It wasn't some of the stuff that these officials are calling.
Yeah.
Like that guy had perfect coverage. He was in perfect position, and it's just like we want to.
Yeah, the one in the end zone. Yeah,
Come
it was
on,
like
bro.
third down. It was in the end zone. Yeah, I agree. But it just shows that the penalties are killing us, and they're not disciplined.
Right.
And the problem I have looking down the road is where is our quarterback coming from?
You gonna draft one? You can draft him late.
Who?
You can draft him late.
Second round.
Second round.
Well, Hooker gonna be there in a second.
Hey, I got one. I got one.
You trade up.
I got one for you.
Nah, bro, nah. He ain't gonna help us.
Jimmy G gonna be free. What you want?
We're gonna be in purgatory, like T Right say. We're gonna be in purgatory when in 17 games now. We're gonna be 7-10, right in the middle of the pack.
Look, the Vikings gotta pay Kirk Cousins again. Kirk Cousins got the best contract, got the best agent. He doing 1-year deals, 2-year deals. He gonna be up to be paid again. There go you another quarterback. You're
He
one
keep getting it out.
I was looking at just thinking about Derek Carr because they're saying like he might be
available. Yeah, he might be available.
Yeah.
So I'll give Derek Carr a call. But at this point, yeah, I think about Aaron Rodgers too, especially after what happened yesterday game. The Packers should have won that game, but we're gonna talk about that too. But the Saints, this is it for us, Tyler. Our season is completely over. Unless Jameis is freaking Brett Favre, and he just throw for a ton of touchdowns. But
injuries killing us too.
Yeah, injuries. Like I said,
time.
we had high schoolers at O-line.
time.
Like we had guys I ain't never heard of. I'm like, dang,
Huh.
they just got him off the street from walk on.
One quick thing, real quick.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say this. I just wanted to say this about y'all. Y'all have lost y'all offensive identity. Y'all have no offensive identity whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the offense is made of. I don't know what it's about anymore. That's a big problem.
Yeah, same thing. Pete Carmichael, you a disappointment. So, yeah, hopefully Sean Payton just walk back in the building. That's my that's what I'm dreaming every night when I go to bed and just thinking like Sean Payton popping up like, "What's up, guys? I'm back." I'm like, "Oh, Sean Payton back." Yeah,
I would say
I know that's a dream.
I always look for the positive in a negative situation. I was wrong about Chris Olave. Chris Olave is the number one on that team. That guy made some plays yesterday, and he's been making plays week to week, and it all him have a connection. I think though, man, you're not that far off. Like I said, the Saints. You look at y'all division. everybody's in the same situation. Tampa Bay's not that much better than y'all. Like,
yeah,
Carolina's showing up is not that much better than y'all, and Atlanta isn't good either. But I just feel like with you guys, what's happening to y'all is on top of the injuries, like you said, you're getting away from your identity. Like, you should run Kamara. You should run Kamara and then play option after that. But to me, I think offensive coordinators, especially mine, complicate everything, man. Simplify the game and just play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Quit all this motioning. Quit all this trying to be cute and like you're getting players killed, throwing a screen pass out here, bubbles. You throwing over a defensive lineman's hands to a guy that's standing there, and then he got to turn and make a guy miss and run. Just play football the way it was created to play, man. Run the ball, play action off of that, and keep it simple, man. Punt when you're supposed to punt. Quit looking at the analytics sheet saying, you know what, it's 10-10 and
Dallas
we're on our own 30. Like, come on, man, be smart. But you guys are not that far off. I need you to stop throwing your team away, bro. Like, I'm
being a realist, man. I'm seeing this every Sunday.
How many bad seasons have you had in your lifetime with the Saints?
A lot, man. I went through Danny Wolfer. I went through Jeff Blake.
In the last 10 years.
Okay, last 10 years. No. Drew,
last
we had
15
a short stint with Drew and Sean, but that's because we had a historically bad defense.
Okay, you have to.
That's neither here or there.
You have to rebuild it. You have to start over. You have to. Have a bad season.
Yeah, I want to get rid of Cameron Jordan because he can't create pressure anymore. I want to get rid of Davenport because he's injury prone.
Please send him to us. Send him to. You'll take him in Indianapolis.
Man, I'll take Davenport or Cam Jordan right now.
All right, give us a first rounder, and we got a deal.
For who? You get a 4.
Hey, we gotta get that first pick back. We gotta get that first pick.
Okay, give y'all a score update real quick. I'm sorry. Score update.
Go ahead.
I think you find this interesting right here. Washington 23, Eagles 14.
I love it because I've been
they took them boys lightly. No,
they didn't.
Huh?
Yeah, they did.
Football league.
I don't believe that.
If they weren't gonna win tonight, they're gonna have a problem Sunday. I guarantee you that. Guarantee.
They on cloud now. You see them boys coming in suits, wearing Batman masks. They won't worry about no Commanders. And you see what
should be.
It's a divisional game. It's a divisional game.
Important.
And I want you to understand something about the Vikings and the Eagles. The Vikings had a good win yesterday, but Josh Allen is reverting. He's turning into Cam Newton before my eyes. He's turning into Cam Newton. He's running the car. He's running his head into walls, crashing cars, trying to be Superman, trying to make that extra play. But the Vikings are capitalizing. Watch when it started to get cold and they have to go on the road and they have to start playing it within the division again. Because, hey, them Lions are roaring. They roaring. Y'all hear them?
It's more like a meow. It's more like a meow more than
I was impressed with the Lions and the Bears. They both.
I see you got the Puma.
Bright
futures, you trying to represent the Lions with the Puma shirt on.
Puma,
Hey, speaking of Josh Allen, them boys, the Vikings beat the Bills 33-30 in OT.
What a game!
RC, are you concerned with Josh Allen's decision making?
Yes, I don't know what. I think he started reading newspaper clippings. I didn't know, if they still make newspapers. He started listening to Skip Bayless. He started listening to me because I had crowned him the best quarterback in the National Football League. But his decision making is horrible, and he's not going to make it through this year if he keeps thinking he can take on defensive linemen, linebackers. They're the cornerbacks, yes, but if you're going to put your head down and go head up with a linebacker and try to run through arm tackles, you're not going to last. Ask Cam Newton. Ask Trey Lance. Okay? I don't understand why they don't run the football either. That's why they score so many points are scored on them as well, and they score so many points. They don't know how to grind the game out. They really don't have a bruising back. And I wish the guy they got from Indianapolis, they're not using him.
Not even using him.
So it's like, but you know who they're using to run the ball? The quarterback.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, he ain't going to make it.
And he just came off that scary injury, and he ran the ball like that. That's why I was surprised. I don't know, man. His
his decision making is getting worse and worse. I don't know what's going on, but they need to rein him back. I know they give him free will, but he is his own kryptonite. They need to save him from himself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
His coach needs to sit him down and say, "Hey, you might want to start doing this or instead of doing that. You know, you need to start saving your body and just stop pushing the ball downfield." Remember we talked about that a couple podcasts ago about him always want to push the ball downfield. Stop doing that. It was 2nd and 6 or something like that in overtime, and he threw the ball right into the end zone.
Terrible
triple
throw.
coverage.
Terrible.
I don't know why. It was 2nd down and like 6.
He gonna mess around. The Jets getting better every game. The Dolphins getting better every game. The Patriots going.
They're third. They're third in the division.
Right now. Win the division.
They're third. Yeah, they're third. Yeah, they lost to the Jets and Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. And they hurting themselves with dumb turnovers. And what's so crazy when you brought up analytics is when they went for, I think the score was 27 to 20. It was like 20. No, it was like 17. It was 27 to 17, I think. They ended up 10. And they went for on 4th down in their own red zone.
Mm.
I'm looking at the game like, y'all really gonna go for it.
Bro, what about the quarterback sneaking out of the end zone? How dumb was that?
That is the worst play call. Yes, that is a terrible play call. Let me explain.
I want to say terrible. I understand it.
It was terrible.
You trying to get at the end zone. You try, but Ben, the center, it was
hand it off, Ben. Hand the ball to the running back, Ben. You're putting the center and the quarterback in a bad position on the goal line right there.
I've never seen
it. I've seen it a couple of times.
I've never seen it.
Look,
I have. I've seen it.
The defensive tackles, listen to me. Defensive linemen are taught to submarine the linemen. All they doing as soon as the ball snaps, they're diving straight for your legs trying to get that ball. They're not even trying to get. They're not trying to get shoulder-to-shoulder contact with you. They're diving straight under you.
Yep.
And for them to be on the goal line right there, and for the center to snap him the ball, you know what I'm saying? The snap Josh Allen the ball, their reaction is so quick. And for them defensive linemen to get that quick, man, that is a bad play. That's a bad play. I'd rather you be in shotgun right there and throw it.
Yeah. I mean, but I have seen it happen, so I never really thought about it. You know, I never seen it backfire like that before, where they just fumble the football right in the end zone after that big stop on 4th down with Kirk Cousins on the quarterback sneak. So the Bills, they need to correct turnovers. Play better defense. What happened to this defense? You know, a couple weeks ago, they were shutting people out. You know, they were giving people run for their money. Now they're giving up big plays left and right.
What I've been telling you?
What you been telling me, Flowers? What you been telling me?
Run at the Bills. Run at them.
Yeah.
He feels cool with them. I told you last week. I gave you the Tyson analogy last week.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't knock you out, they don't know how to win close games. For the past 2 years, we watched the Bills, and you have to wonder, are they going to win these close games? Now, they're cool when they got a lead and they're comfortable, but when it's back and forth, when it comes to crunch time, they are not able to win these games. We've seen it for the past 2 years. And like I say, Josh Allen's getting worse as far as decision-making. His last 3 games, he's thrown, 6 interceptions? The last 3. Second half interceptions, man, that's uncountable. That's unexcusable. Take the ball out of his hands. Run the ball. You get so pass happy with these quarterbacks.
What's so crazy?
3 running backs.
Yeah, what's so crazy is Singletary having a good game.
Yeah, had 2 touchdowns early. Stop going to him.
D coaches, bro.
What did Minnesota do?
They
I'm sorry, I mean cut you off.
Oh no, I was saying these coaches, man, they're gonna learn to stick to what's working. I don't give a care how mad Josh Allen is about him wanting to throw football, keep running it. If they can't stop it, and Minnesota run defense is not that great. So keep running on them.
Do you know how much better the Buffalo Bills would be if they had a legit run game?
Yes.
And the thing is, let's look at this, man. 33-30 was the score, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Game of the year. Everybody said game of the year. Then you watch the Chiefs and the Bills last year. Game of the year. They're not the games of the year. It's what the NFL want. They want to see high-scoring games. You know, last night I watched two teams kind of like defensively just be at each other. That's what that's a brand of football that you don't want to see on TV. Where everybody want to watch is boring. But it's hard watching a team score. You gave your defense enough points to win the game, and you didn't win the game. So that sucked.
It was just some key plays that, unfortunately, the Bills on the opposite side of. Like I said, well, the going forward on fourth down in their own red zone when they up 10 instead of taking the points is on them. But you know, the costly fumble, I guess you say that was on them too. But yeah, the Bills continue to shoot themselves in the foot and costing them. All right, speaking of Dolphins, they beat the Browns 39-17. T. Wright, what have impressed you about Tua so far?
I think coming off that injury, he had the concussion, and he still. I think that's major that he played with the confidence that he still does.
Sure, it dropped some loose in him. Unlock new superpower.
That's for you for Tua, Ben. Can't wait till you get to it.
Man,
let him know.
I mean, he been playing lights out. I mean, he have Hill and Waddle, and I mean, he just making the right reads. Yeah, go ahead, Flowers.
Tua, since the concussion, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tua, 14-1 in his last 15 games, gentlemen. That is some winning football right there, gentlemen. 14-1 in his last 15.
We might have to walk back that Dak Tua thing, Ben.
No, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with Dak right now. No, I don't care what RC say.
Stick with
I don't
Dak.
care what Flowers say.
Listen,
how can you stick with Dak after yesterday? How can you stick with
I don't feel like it's all. We'll get to Dak, but I don't feel like it was him. I feel like he made some bad throws, but you know, go ahead, RC on Tua. Go ahead.
Okay, I had this 49er fan earlier today. He called me about Tua, say Tua's the MVP of the league, Tua this, because we always 49er fans say it's Miami. They're the San Francisco Dolphins down there. They run the same offense. That we get them Jeff Wilson. They're gonna play each other this year, and it's gonna look like the Rams and the 49ers. But let me use a scenario. When I think of great quarterbacks, that means they can go anywhere and play anywhere, play in any style. Take Tua, and stick Tua in Indianapolis. And what kind of fish you gonna have? What kind of Tua you gonna have? You know what you gonna have?
Fish fillet.
Because Mike McDaniels, Kyle Shanahan can hide the deficiencies, but just Kyle Shanahan can't hide Jimmy Garoppolo's deficiencies because it's like a T-Rex playing quarterback. It's hard to hide his deficiency. It's hard. But Tua is the perfect quarterback for the West Coast offense. He's you play Madden? Y'all play Madden?
Yes, sir.
Not anymore.
It's a scheme fit. That little piece. That's Tua.
100%.
When he come out of that play action, everything, he's the perfect quarterback. If you give Kyle Shanahan Tua, we're winning the Super Bowl because even Dak would be a perfect for that style. But it's just, I believe that Tua's a good quarterback. I just believe Mike McDaniel's a real good coach. And he plays
the talent.
Well, and you look at what they did. They traded for Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah,
plugged them right in.
Pulled them right in. Like, how you seen that a running back just get traded and he's like automatically a starter?
Because it's the same
back.
offense. It's the same offense. He just comes from the West Coast offense with Kyle Shanahan running the same stuff. He didn't have to learn anything. Mostert was his backup. Him and Mostert played together in San Francisco. Trent Shelby played in San Francisco. It's like all you got to do in Miami, they need to rename them, man. Miami Vice. They don't you do not want to play them right now. I'm scared to play them in a few weeks because Mike McDaniels is running that offense better than Kyle Shanahan. That thing is will or machine.
Yeah, they scoring at will. Nobody can stop them. All right, the Cardinals beat the Rams 27-17.
The babies.
The baby was in the crib. He was in the crib playing Warzone.
Yeah, but see, listen, the baby, to me, I believe the baby and the head coach are they're the problem with the Cardinals, man. Like the Cardinals are not a bad team. They need a new coach and a new quarterback. because with the baby back there, man, it's the baby running around running everywhere, doing all kinds of stuff with that ball, man. And I just think they just need a new quarterback and a new coach. They looked really good to me yesterday. I was really proud of them.
Was Court McCoy?
Yeah, he beat us last year.
You know what though? See, you know what though? I see. I don't like the fact of the matter that they put so much on Kyler Murray, and then when Colt McCoy gets in, they want to soften the load.
Cooper Rush,
21 rushes.
Cooper Rush and Dak.
21.
I
21
don't like
rushing for James Conner. They hand the ball to him 21 times. So
they ain't handed that man the ball 20 times a game this year when they Kyler played. Like, come on.
But this the problem. When Kyler's back there, he is shotgun 97% of the time.
that's the problem.
That's true.
So you look at James Conner out of the shotgun trying to run that many times.
No bueno.
So it's going to have to be a change of. They're not going to do it. They just pay him, but yeah, they do. They did Cooper Rush the offense though. They Cooper Rush the offense really.
Flowers. Where do the Rams go from here?
You know, I was talking to a good friend of mine about McVay. I think McVay, if he doesn't retire first, McVay is going to fall into the line of what I call can't get it out of your system. As far as it has to be my way, it has to be my scheme, or it's no way.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me that they cannot make adjustments to what they have and what they're doing. But Sean McVay is he's too stuck in his ways. He wants to run his offense. It's got to be this particular offense. It's got to be done this way. It's got to be the McVay way, or it's no way. Same thing with Frank Wright. He's got done dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, his stuff doesn't work. He's standing on the sideline looking like a ghost. Didn't know what to do. Just lost. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But what are you doing to make adjustments? And they're not doing that. And then you look at the Rams, man. They don't have any picks. Then cap held during there. I don't know how they keep signing all these people. I know Kroenke is rich or whatever.
Well, they're kicking it down the road.
Back end deals, back end deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hurt them though. They ain't gonna win nothing. They've been kicking down the road. Look at the team now. They in the same situation as the Saints. We've been kicking these contracts down the road.
The Rams are worse than y'all.
They is. They are worse. Cause we have picks. They don't have. I don't know. They have assists. I don't even know they have like a fourth. Man, they traded
all late rounders. Late rounders.
They put them mad. You know how you want one particular player. You just send the whole draft class to them.
Send the whole pick.
All of them.
Whole 2 years. I see you 2 first this year, next year.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep, get them picks, man.
Yep.
F them picks.
Yeah, he's an F them. Yeah, you remember that shirts? Yeah.
They probably don't threw them shirts away. They probably threw them shirts away, boy.
Bro, this is the result of buying a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was they had
you sold for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen.
Now you're in purgatory.
It ain't never been this bad. I can't remember a team winning the Super Bowl and then come
I remember
this bad.
I remember a couple years. Well, it was like in the 90s where the Washington Redskins. Yes, they were called Washington Redskins. Mm-hmm. Back in that day, they tried to put together a super team and then work out that well.
The Eagles tried to do it one time.
Yeah,
I think too with the Rams, they really begged Aaron Donald to come back because he was trying to retire. Odell got hurt. McVay wanted to go on the TV because McVay feel like he's solidified by getting the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford is really, I think Matthew Stafford is the most turnover-prone quarterback, most high-profile turnover-prone quarterback I've ever seen. He gets a lot of praise, but he since Brett Favre, he throw a lot of picks, man. And you can feel them coming. It's like, okay, here it's like, and they just had everything aligned for them last year, and they got a Super Bowl. But yeah, they done.
Yeah, I never knew how bad Stafford interceptions were to that Tennessee Titan game of last year. I mean, he was back in second end zone. He just said,
I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad last year when he threw that ball to that safety in San Francisco. I said, "This man is crazy, bro." I can't believe he dropped it.
That man do not care.
He don't.
What they say, he yeet.
What? He almost threw the Super Bowl away with that one, boy.
Oh man,
it was fortunate.
all of America is talking about this game. Cowboys versus Packers.
Oh,
Tyler, did the Cowboys lose this game?
Yeah, they definitely lost this game. You can't. Have you seen the Packers lately, bro?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised about how the Packers came out and played. What was his name? Christian Woods?
Christian Watson.
Christian Watson.
Boy,
The Green Bay,
that boy.
they lost to Green Bay, bro, and Aaron Rodgers threw 20 passes.
But Aaron Jones, he was on it too now. It blows my mind that the Cowboys, they have all these expectations, but it never turned to anything. I mean, they had the Packers where they wanted them, and somehow they gave the game away. I don't know. Look, I went back and rewatched some of it. I'm like, how did the game flip around so fast? I know Dak had 2 interceptions, but the game, it flipped in a matter of seconds.
Stop running the football.
You're right. Cause Tony Pollard, he was gone.
He was
on it.
For 115.
Yeah.
So RC, I know you was talking about it was on Dak. You know, Dak ain't being the guy. He ain't being the leader. Explain why this game is more on him and not just the whole team. The defense was giving up deep passes to Christian Woods.
Mm-hmm. Christian Watson, I think.
Watson, my bad.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. They got a few pieces on that Cowboys team that they hype up that don't show up in big games. I'm gonna start with Stephon Diggs' little brother.
Preach.
Seven. What I call him. He let Christian Watson run by him.
Yeah, oh my God, he do that
2 times. Just run right by him, and then he's in trail position. In big games, he don't show up. That was a national televised game, primetime game. He didn't show up. Did anybody? What was Michael Parsons? Anybody see Michael Parsons yesterday?
They had him standing up.
They call you. They say comparing you to Lawrence Taylor, disrespecting Lawrence Taylor with you. All right. How you an Army switch nights on defense didn't do nothing. Now let me get to Dak Prescott. Dak is the only one I'm gonna give a pass in that big 3 because in that game, and like I said about Tua, Dak is a West Coast offense type of quarterback. Run the football, play action off of that. He had scored enough points to win the game. He had did what he's supposed to do. But because you done paid guy, you want him to be like Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach and Tony Romo, gunslinger. That's not who he is. Right. And every time you open up is a turnover. And then that last play where your offensive line looked like they laid down and just let the guy loose. And Dak tried to throw the ball and then tied his arms up and then you get a ball back to Green Bay. But I just feel like Dallas Cowboys, they do what they do. They let their fan base down. They build them up and let them down. So, I'm not surprised.
Not surprised one bit. I was just like I said, it was just how the game was flowing. I felt like the Cowboys had a pretty good control of the game. Then all of a sudden, they, like you said, they let Christian Watson just get deep. I think he got deep like 3 times on him or something like that.
3 touches.
So that's inexcusable. After the first one, you like, all right, we need to watch that guy. Clearly, his favorite route is the go route. So we need a.
That's all we see on run. That's all we see on run.
He running slants. All right, for speed, you kind of want to touch that guy. You can't just let him run free. The guy's a big guy, untouched. Nobody touched him. He just runs through your zone. I'm gonna holler at y'all. And
free release.
Aaron Rodgers didn't even throw the ball with his shoulders, so he kind of just like, because he got that type of arm, he got that type of ability. But it might have woke Christian Watson up and made him a star for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, because he wasn't doing nothing until that game. So
we'll have to see. I think once people see that connection, they're like, okay, we can watch out for that. But Aaron Rodgers, he played a pretty good game with that hurt thumb. He did what he had to do. The Packers, I still think the Packers are not that good. The Cowboys, they did everything they could to lose this game, and putting Dak in some unpredictable positions for him to have turnovers and not get that 4th down play that they really needed. But I do want to show y'all something in that game that kind of caught me by surprise. And I just want y'all to speak on it.
Right at LaFleur look like. I think that's the.
So, Flowers, what did you think about that outburst Aaron Rodgers had with Matt LaFleur?
You know, the Gemini in me sees multiple things, Mr. Swift. The Gemini in me sees the fact of the matter that, for one, you cussing out your head coach. Okay, that's cool and all because you didn't like the play. The other half of my Gemini is telling me, well, they paying you $50 million a year. You came back for the full control of the organization, this and that. Change the play. Mm-hmm. But you want to go on the sideline and make a scene and puff your lips out and this and that. Dude, change the play. Did they have any timeouts? I can't even remember. Like, call timeout if you have a timeout. But you have full autonomy of this offense. If you don't like it, change the play. That you usually get 2 calls or 3 calls in anyway. That's your offense, man. You Aaron Rodgers, you A-Rod, you the big dog, you MVP last year, man. Take control for one. Take some accountability.
I was kind of surprised by that, really, because like you said, he has the ability. If Drew Brees or Peyton Manning would change play, Patrick Mahomes, he would have probably done something else. He probably like, all right, Andy, we'll do it. Then done something. I mean, it blew my mind that Tom Brady would do that in front of all his teammates, disrespect the head coach, and now the player's like, dang, who's Matt LaFleur? Who's Matt LaFleur? You know what I'm saying? Like, he letting Aaron Rodgers cuss him out in front of everybody, not saying anything. He kind of just looked at him like.
You remember what he used to do when McCarthy was there?
What is that?
When he didn't like a play, McCarthy would call.
Oh yeah,
Aaron Rodgers would throw the ball out. No, he throw the ball out of bounds. He throw the ball out of bounds. Like he would just snap the ball. If you go back and look at like McCarthy's last year, like Aaron Rodgers had like the most out of like just off plays, like they're just throwing the ball out of bounds that year. Like he would get a call he didn't like, he rolled his eyes. As soon as the ball was snapped and he didn't see it, he threw it right out of bounds.
I don't know, I'm in New Orleans. I don't know how you deal with that, man. All right, see, what did you think of that when you first saw it?
The ass whooping me wanted to punch him in the face. That's what I wanted to do.
If you a coach, how would you handle it?
I didn't understand. First of all, if you remember the drive, Flowers, I know you football head like me. The clock management was trash.
Terrible. Yeah.
I was screaming at TV like, I didn't know if they had any time. I think they did. But it was that he was huddling them up and he was calling the play, and then the plays were run plays. Like, he ran the ball twice and then he got mad. And I'm pretty good at reading lips, but he was like, run it out. He didn't want to throw the ball in the last play. He wanted to run it out. So you conceding. Like, you basically saying, we're just going to go play for overtime. Like, but my thing is, and that's how bad the Cowboys is. That's how trash the Cowboys is. If you had a team that was pretty much in that moment trying to give you the game back to you, we don't want it because we don't really know. We don't believe in our kicker one, and then we don't believe in our receivers. See, that kid woke up, just woke up on him, but we don't really. I don't have Devontae Adams, and I don't have Antonio Freeman, and I don't have Javon Walker. I'm naming all the great ones in them play. I don't have anybody. Jordan Nelson. I'm just want to concede and go to overtime, and I just felt like it was another episode of him throwing his teammates under the bus. And I don't know why it took me to this year for me to see this side of Aaron Rodgers. I was on this, Aaron Rodgers.
I know, right? I already said Aaron Rodgers was a prick. I already said that.
I never really pay attention to that because emotion is a part of the game. But for some reason, it's being highlighted this year. Because they talking about Devontae and him. Well, you get exposed when you have to be a leader. See, true leadership leads whatever's there.
Great.
Like, it's easy to lead when you got all the talent, the best talent in the room, because they lead themselves. They police themselves.
That's right.
Them kids need you to lead them, show them the way. Don't throw the football. Come on, man. I gotta walk
Tell
that
him.
back, bro. Brady would never do that. Brady would never do that, man.
Breeze, Peyton.
No,
That's the difference.
Even
That's the
Phillip
difference.
Phillip Rivers when
That's the difference between him and all the greats. He
Yep.
got the talent. That's not leadership.
it's his attitude, man. I just can't get
Right.
down with it.
Gotta be perfect.
Yep.
It gotta be. So the Cowboys dropped this game. Let's get another score update on that Eagles and Commanders game.
23-21 Philly ball. 9 minutes left in the fourth. On Philly on the 34 of their own 34. First
So
10.
they waking up. They waking up. All right. Chargers lose to the 49ers 16-22. There are 49ers analysts talking about this game.
Hey, first of all, salute to the Chargers. Playing injured, come out there and played hard, roughed us up. We come in there feeling like the 49ers, if you watch them play, they don't want to play nobody but the Rams and the Seahawks. Everybody else, they kind of like, thinking somebody's going to lay down. And that's what makes me mad about Kyle Shanahan. I'm so sick of people calling him a guru. And you got all these weapons. You got a plethora of weapons. You got so many weapons. Elijah Mitchell is in the same backfield at times with Deebo Samuel. And Deebo Samuels is out there with Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle and you name it. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. And you mean to tell me you scored 21, was it 22 points they scored last night?
22.
Listen to me, man.
Points.
Listen to me, man. You scored 22 points. What else do he need? I'm going to tell you what he needs. He need to go home. It's time to go home. It's time to go home, Jay. He just like McVay. He's stubborn. And then I don't blame Jimmy Garoppolo no more. I feel like you play to a player's strengths. Jimmy he came from that tree, that the system of getting the ball out of your hand, which means up on the break.
Short pass. Yep.
He rolled out of the pocket yesterday and try to make a move. You saw it was the stiffest juke I ever seen. Like you hit B and it didn't do nothing. So you had to hit circle. He tried to spin. They took his legs off up under. You can't ask this guy to be Trey Lance or to be Tua. He's Jimmy Garoppolo. Get the ball out of his hand. But all in all, it was a win. But it was, man, it's like watching paint dry, watching the 49ers play, man. It's hard. It's tough.
Because you know what they're supposed to be doing, but they're not doing it.
No.
So, T-Right, what do you think of the controversy that people trying to put out there about McCaffrey not getting a boat of the load? Eli Mitchell getting the most work.
What were they saying?
They saying, what, did McCaffrey get benched? Everybody. I saw a couple of posts like that.
He got 14
like,
carries.
No. I know. Mitchell, they're like, why Eli Mitchell getting the bulk of the carries?
He only got 18. He only got 4 more. I don't think
you think that's people just trying to put stuff out there.
I think
they're trying to save him. They're trying to save McCaffrey from himself.
Why run him in the ground?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. People like, oh, he been benched. No, Eli Mitchell he's not a great back, but he's a solid back, and we saw it last night. He had a couple of great runs, so I don't know why they want McCaffrey to have 20 plus carries when we have Eli. When the 49ers have Eli Mitchell, like, come on.
Especially with his injury history.
Exactly. Like RC said, you protect him from himself. So, this is like in the mid-season. We in week 10 going into week 11. Flowers, let me ask you this. Well, I'll ask all y'all this. But I'm going to ask you first, Flowers.
Yes, sir.
Who's your mid-season MVP right now?
Mid-season MVP right now, man. I wish I would have thought about this earlier, because if I just had to give you one right now, I am willing to say, oh, this is tough, man, because so much is going on right now. But if I had to give you a true MVP, I guess I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts right now.
Oh, you took my guy. Yeah, I'll go with Jalen too.
Jalen
Hurts mid-season. It's mid-season MVP. Yes. I mean, he has 18 touchdowns total overall, only 2 interceptions, and he on the undefeated team.
Mm-hmm.
So why
Let me
not?
change that. Let me change that. Cause you had Jalen. So I'm gonna let you have that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the Saquon.
Hey now.
I'm not going through the whole apology thing again because RC came back on. I already said what I had to
You
say
really got
about
to.
that.
You really got to.
RC
Without
go back and
Saquon.
listen.
Without Saquon. I mean, I started to say Tyreek Hill. I started to say Justin Jefferson. I mean, I can go so many ways right now, but let me give Saquon some love because without Saquon, you take away Saquon from the New York Football Giants. What are they? What are they? They are not what they are right now without Saquon. He is a hell of a part of what's going on right now. So I want to give him love. I'm going to shout Saquon.
All right, what about you, RC? Who your midseason MVP?
I'm going with Tua. The stat line.
Really?
The stat line that was laid out there. You can't deny if he's upright and breathing and not concussed, he's a problem. And McDaniel's gonna. It's basically right now, man. I feel like, especially if you win the division, he don't turn the ball over. And that offense, they're putting up crazy numbers. I think he got a chance to actually win it, man. And I'm impressed. And I have to say that I was wrong about his accuracy as well. Like, he threw a ball in the back of the end zone to Trent Sheffield. It was a great catch, but it was an unbelievable ball. So I'm going with Tua Fish. That's why I call it Tua Fish.
What about you, T. Right?
Mine was Tua since RC took Tua. I
love some Tua.
Show your boy some love.
He balling, man.
Patrick Mahomes, man.
Yeah, show your boy some love.
that was my nigga. Just because they win like that game in Tennessee, I think that really people should know. That show how valuable he is and how sneaky he is and he can run too. He was the sole reason they won that game.
Exactly. It's the same with that game with Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, they were never in the game. The only time they were in the game was in the coin toss. That was the only time they was in the game. I mean, so the score said 0-0 when the game started, but they were never in it. So
I like Tyreek Hill though. I like Tyreek.
Yeah, definitely. Cause he on pace right now.
But he better not win it because my boy MT didn't win it that year. He was going crazy.
Yeah, MT broke record, so just cause he break the 2,000 receiving yard, I mean, he should get it. It's just fair, Flowers. It's just fair.
Oh Lord! So this man had 2,000 receiving yards and he probably got about 80 catches right now. So if he finished up with about 130 catches for 2,000 yards, come on, man!
2,000.
He got to be there. The record
he got to be there, but MT only got like 2 votes. I don't think MT got any votes really.
I mean, he broke the reception record. He didn't break the yardage record.
He was really the only person keeping us afloat for them games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Where is he now?
That's beside the point, RC.
On Twitter.
That's beside he's still with the Saints, getting ready for next year. We're gonna be crazy when he come back. Have Chris Olave and MT and I don't know who else. I don't think Landry gonna be back.
No, he's running for nothing out there.
Yeah, he the reason why we had an interception. And he doesn't have one on interception guy. He tipped off his hands, and DB picked it off.
The single season record is 1,964 yards.
Is it still Calvin or is it Cup?
Calvin. Dang, Cup missed it by like 20 yards. That's crazy.
I don't know how after Matthew Stafford force feed him every play.
I'm telling you.
All right, let's go into fast break. All right, so yesterday, today, the NBA released a power rankings, the top 5 teams. Tell me what y'all think about it. Celtics at number 1, Bucks at number 2, Trailblazers number 3, Nuggets at number 4, Jazz is number 5.
I don't know about Jazz at 5, but the top 4 legit.
You don't know about the Jazz at 5? Just because they don't have like a legit superstar, or?
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't mean it because of that. Because I mean, I'm just looking down the road, and you get to the playoffs. So like, I think Phoenix is probably a little better than them. That's just my opinion. Like Phoenix, and who else am I thinking about? Memphis, Dallas. You really think Utah is better than them?
Oh, they playing team basketball. I mean,
yeah, of course.
Man,
sometimes
we
team
seen that with
basketball can
Atlanta
take you
some
far.
years back.
Yeah.
When you get in the playoffs, and you got to have somebody that can score on a consistent basis. What do you have then? Lloyd Markin ain't gonna give you 22 a night in the playoffs.
Nah. But like I said, it's a team game. They playing team ball.
Yeah.
We can see how far they gonna take them.
Yeah. Man, Danny Ainge wasn't trying. Danny Ainge
Them
don't
boys
want them
trying
to
to.
win.
Them boys ain't supposed to be winning, boy.
Hey,
He at home like this watching the game. Man,
how dare I put good products on the court?
How dare? Why did I trade for Colin Sexton and got him coming out the bench? What is wrong with me?
So, which team had? I asked T right this. What team has surprised you so far? Just the Jazz.
Just the Jazz. They supposed to be tanking, bro.
You don't think the Blazers?
I like the Blazers.
Yeah, how the Blazers just came out on fire. After last year, they collapsed completely last year.
Well, Dame was hurt.
I don't think it's
Dame
gonna
was hurt
last
last
though.
year.
I don't think it's gonna last again.
It's not.
Why you say that?
Never does. It's gonna. It's early. It's real early too. That's gonna flame out. But they have been winning games. Dame been hurt. So, but my team is the Jazz. They not supposed to be. Lloyd Marketing look like Dirk or something. He
Baby
going
Dirk
crazy.
out there, huh?
He going crazy. I don't know what they got into him.
Bro, welcome to the European Basketball Association. What the NBA that I grew up on and Flowers grew up on, y'all grew up on, is dead and gone. These guys ain't playing defense. The Utah Jazz, like you said, don't got an A-star. They beating people because they're playing team basketball. They're playing AAU basketball. But like you said, when the game started to matter, they slow down and they give the ball to Laurie Marketing is what his name is. He's gonna go back to being who he is, who he thought he was, because then it gets real. I don't believe the Trailblazers are real. Now, that Grant kid, I don't know if that's Harvey's son or that's the other guy's son. Whoever's son that is, Horace's son, that kid can play.
I just want Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant can play. But I do feel like they're going to fall out of that top five. I think the teams that's supposed to be there, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, all those teams that get up in the right spot. And but don't look for them guys. If the Utah Jazz is the number one seed in the West,
something wrong.
Basketball.
It's all about. I thought you want team basketball, RC.
I do, but the NBA is about talent, stars. Like who? Come on, man, Jordan Clarkson. Like it's two Jordan Clarkson. There's the one that was in LA with no tattoos, with looking like Chris Brown, looking like now it looking like Chris Brown before the tattoos. Now he look like Chris Brown after the tattoos. Like, he going crazy.
That's Shannon Brown cousin.
He hooping, bro. He hooping too.
Great player.
They said he bought some VC when he left LA.
250,000 worth.
Hey, that dude went crazy. I'm like, Jordan Clarkson, bro, what you doing to yourself?
Braid's hair too good to be braided. Braided up anyway.
Hey, like, you gotta stay away from the Jenners, bro. You gotta stay away from the Kardashians.
Yeah, that's it.
It turned that whole man. What you say?
Soul snatchers.
Exactly. Turn that boy from a period boy to a thug, just like that, huh?
Man.
That boy went straight from a pretty boy, clean cut. Now he growing hair out, tatted up.
I'm gonna tell you one basketball player, and it's off topic. Y'all seen Kyle Kuzma lately?
Hey, he had 39 points, didn't he, the other night?
He been hooping.
Come on now, put some respect to my boy name.
Bro, it ain't that part, because anybody leading LeBron, it's like they just go crazy and play out. But it's how he comes. It's how he comes to the game. Dude come to the game with no shirt on. Just
I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I wonder about that fella.
Bro, I'm like, did he score 55? Did he score 81? I'm talking about, but I feel like once you get on, I think he's like embracing being, pretty much, Bradley Beal is the guy, but he's like the next guy, and he's embracing it, bro. I'm like, Washington Wizards game, it's cold in Washington. He ain't got no shirt on.
Crazy.
That's how you know it's about Fashion RC. We don't have no shirt on.
Couldn't wait to get inside.
I know it.
Walking fast inside with a strut walk.
Right.
So I'm gonna go through each division and I'm gonna read the bottom team in each division and tell me which one are y'all shocked about. Y'all like, okay, yeah, that's about right. All right, in Atlantic, the Brooklyn Nets are 6-8.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the bottom of their division.
I'm not shocked.
Not shocked. Even though they're playing a little better now, but not shocked.
Okay. Y'all want to tell me why y'all not shocked? Okay, I'm
Too
curious.
much chaos. Too much
He
chaos.
said too much chaos.
Yeah, there's always something going on. Fire coach, activist player, Ben Simmons is fighting with his shadows. Too much going on.
I seen a crazy stat. They saying Embiid had more points than Ben Simmons all year. Like the first two games, Embiid Simmons, Embiid past two games, he had more points than
He
Simmons.
just had a 60 ball.
So,
He had 59.
Yeah, I think he scored 101 points in two games.
In 2 games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But crazy.
So they say he outscored Ben Simmons. That's crazy.
Bro, listen, before you move on, I challenge any of you guys who are gamers if you play games. Try to play with Ben Simmons on 2K. You're gonna have PTSD.
Never. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing, bro.
Hey, he tries to
He a
ball.
He a point guard on 2K.
PTSD, bro.
Back from him. That's all you gotta do.
2K, I hope y'all know that on 2K they don't give you the option to shoot. I mean, they don't give you the option to. So
I just bad back from him. Shoot it.
Said bad back.
Shoot it.
All right, Detroit is at the bottom of Central at 3-12. That's about right.
Yeah, they're young.
Yeah, they're young.
They got some pieces, though.
Yeah, they got some pieces, but
fighting Jalen Rose.
All right, Charlotte is at the bottom of the Southeast at 4-11.
And
now,
I
am kind of
They've been hurt. They've been hurt.
But they had, I know, it's just such that injuries is keeping them down when they show a lot of potential from last year.
I'm not
then
shocked,
for LaMelo to be hurt at the beginning of the year, that sucks.
I don't think they're gonna be that good this year anyway.
Nah,
I'm not shocked, bro.
All right, and the West, the Northwest Conference, the Oklahoma City is 6-8.
I'm not shocked.
Not shocked.
I wish Gatwood was on here. In the Southwest, the Houston Rockets are 2-11.
I'm not shocked.
I think that I would have thought they had more wins than that, to be honest.
Well, they're young. Houston's very young.
I know, but 2 wins.
League full of grown men, man. Kids can't win.
So please, I say this one for last. In the Pacific, the Lakers are 3-10. So explain that one. They grown men, but they 3-10.
And I look, they too grown. They old.
Old grown men.
And I
the nursing home.
They can't shoot. Oh my goodness.
Do y'all realize what's going on here? If the Lakers continue to finish close to dead last in the whole NBA, that the Pelicans is going to have a top pick.
The Pelicans going to be a super team off of LeBron trading and sacrificing the organization for a ring.
I'm plotting on their downfall.
LeBron illuminated the whole team. But man, listen, I honestly am not shocked that the Lakers are losing. You cannot go around getting your favorite players, because don't be surprised if you see Draymond Green over there next year acting like he can fix anything as well. LeBron is at that stage in his career where, no one wants to help him win another championship to get close to Kobe and Mike. And then also, I think his chase after Kareem is gonna be hard for him, because his body gonna let him down, because he's gonna have to really push himself on a nightly basis to get that record. But man, the Lakers are right where they're supposed to be, because you just pour up the upper management did a poor job of putting team together and listening to a guy you don't listen to LeBron James, and he's 37.
37, about to be 38, ain't it?
Okay, you don't
Something
listen
like
to
that.
38. You don't listen to 38-year-old LeBron James. You listen to 25, 30-year-old. But 37, we don't speak the same English, brother. Like, you don't run nothing here. You don't run nothing here. You too old now. You can't run nothing here. All you can do is be involved. And I think Russ, actually, they played good the other night without LeBron, man.
Well, Russ been playing well, actually.
Mm-hmm. Can't blame Russ.
So, yeah, the blame can't go on him. But it's crazy that the Pelicans have the Lakers pick, and they stinging it up like that.
Yep. So that means the kid, if the Lakers, well, you know, if the Lakers get the number 1 overall pick, you guys, it'll go to you guys, which will be that foreigner. What's his name?
Victor.
I can't pronounce his name.
Can you imagine that kid with the Pelicans? Whew! I'm going to watch him play.
Y'all gonna hate me. Y'all can call it. If they get the French kid, y'all can call it, bro.
You're not a LeBron fan anymore, Tyler?
Oh no, that's still my guy. You know, we
ain't
gonna
your
pass
guy.
Kareem. We gonna pass Kareem and stuff. But hey, I need that pick.
I hope he don't.
He's supposed to pass Kareem, but like RC saying now, it's gonna take a toll, and he's already having these nicks and nags. So we'll see what goes on.
Did y'all see that play? Did y'all see that play with AD? He went up for a rebound and somebody hit him in the back and he was like stumped over.
Anthony Davis got to be the most injury-prone athlete I've ever seen in my life. High school, college, NBA, NFL. I've never seen a player like they used to have this. I don't know if y'all familiar with the movie Life, but can't get right.
Yeah,
can't get right. That's
can't get right.
We're gonna miss you. Can't get right. That's his name, bro. That's can't get right, bro. Can't get right. Get street clothes. He can't get right. He always hurt, bro. Golly.
Man, that's something else. So
can we talk about the Warriors for a sec?
Yeah, because they've been struggling here lately.
I just want to talk about their struggles real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I see with them? I see a lot of people not wanting to commit to the things that they do to win. I'm starting to see people wanting shots. They want to shoot the ball. They want to be more. They want to be more part of. They want to get their earnings worth. They don't want to play defense no more. They're losing road games. It doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Because I forgot the stat with Curry with him in the fourth quarter. Like he been in the shooting. He been having some shooting woes lately. So yeah, he's in a bad slump. I don't know what's going on. But didn't they go through that last year? They went through a slump. They went through a slump last year.
They lucky Chris Middleton got hurt because the Bucks are beating them in the final.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Sure.
So I think
nobody stopped Giannis.
Nope.
Nobody. So at this point, I feel like they're gonna get out of it, but they're going through a slump right now, and
they'll be fine.
They feeling it. They feeling it for sure. Especially with Curry's shooting slump he have going on right now, man. Every basketball player go through some type of slump, just like a baseball player.
I think Clay he's not that injury.
He was mad. He was really pissed off at Barkley. By his comments.
I don't understand why though.
Couple months ago.
Like these
Barkley spoke the truth though. He said he's not the same player. He like, well, duh, of course I'm not the same player after ACLs and all that. I'm like, bro, why are you taking it so serious?
Because he wants to be what he was, but he's not, and it hurts his feelings that somebody speaks on it.
Right.
So he had that light skin feeling going on.
Yeah. I think too, man. The Warriors have played so much basketball that when their slump is not because they're not good. Their slump is because they've played a lot of basketball. Like they ain't been home a lot. They didn't make the playoffs a few years ago, but that still wasn't enough time to really recover from as much basketball as they play collectively. The stars, the nucleus. But I really feel like they're gonna be fine. This is just they're setting a trap for the league. Don't believe what you're seeing. They're gonna flip it on like Steve Kerr played with the Spurs and the Bulls. they load managing the season, man. Do not believe what you see, because it's just too freaking early. Like, man, I don't trust. I think Memphis gonna revive themselves. Like, not dead.
Oh yeah.
Like they dancing a lot, they having fun, but it's 82 games is a lot of games, bro.
Gotta have some fun somewhere.
Yep.
All right. So let's switch over to some I guess the TMZ sports type news. I think I might have a kick out of this one. All right. So I know y'all saw it in the group chat I sent earlier, but I just want to hear y'all thoughts on this. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It didn't bother me, but I'm like, bro, that's really have no morals or standards whatsoever. But anyway, Scottie Pippen, ex-wife, and Michael Jordan's son Marcus are officially dating, and we're seen again in Miami. Like that, I feel like that sentence don't even supposed to go together.
Yes, you do.
He said yes. Like, this is Michael Jordan. It's your dad as teammate that you know very well.
I'm gonna tell you why, man. I'm gonna go into my Godfather mode. You know, the problem with Scottie Pippen is Michael Jordan you came for me, bro. You came for Michael Jordan, bro. And you know what he did? He said, Junior, tell from you, Junior. Because first of all, Scottie Pippen's the woman he probably was with when he was playing with Mike was not this woman. Okay.
That's
then
right.
he got a little money, and then he went and got this woman. But this woman that dated Future, this woman that dated, you name it. But this really the nail in the coffin for Scottie Pippen. You can hear Red Piss on Cotton now. He ain't talking about nothing now. He's talking about Michael Jordan not being the great. But you mean to tell me your ex-wife is with Jordan's oldest son? You know what Michael Jordan doing? He's sitting back somewhere. You can see him smoking that cigar. He don't want Michael Jordan. Marcus don't want Scottie Pippen woman, ex-wife. He doing this for his dad. Talk about my dad. Talk about my dad again. Say something about my dad, and I'm gonna keep taking pictures with you. Come on, bro. This is savage, bro. This is high level petty. This is high level. That's what, bro. You got to know that Michael Jordan got some power.
Oh man,
you sent your son on it.
Never. Well, I thought this would happen.
A different type of cloud, man.
Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Believe what you see, Mike.
I can't. I can't comprehend this. Like, bro, this is Michael Jordan as teammate. Like, your son is.
Oh, we carrying on like teammates. You out here running your mouth on me.
But it's like yo, I know, but Scottie, man. But let's be real. They screwed over Scottie, man. Scottie have a vendetta. They screwed him over. Like, and MJ didn't help him out.
No.
Whoa.
But he come on, man. Y'all know that's your teammate, that's your boy, man. You can't let him do that to himself, man.
I'm
not putting that on Mike, but man, Scottie, you gotta come with Scottie. He gotta be feeling some type of way where he
Scottie made $100 million after he left Chicago.
But
he made $100 million after he left.
I think
nobody told him to sign that contract.
Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan didn't make no money when he was in Chicago, man. Because he made all the money.
All right, this is what I'm saying though. Scottie feels slighted because he don't get the same recognition. Like, he's a great player, but I feel like he feels slighted because Jordan don't boost him up. Like,
listen, man, if you took Scottie Pippen and you swapped him with Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan won a championship. If you took Scottie Pippen, you swapped him with Sean Kemp. Hold on, because it almost happened. If they'd have sent Sean Kemp to Michael Jordan would have still won a championship. You know why? Because think about this for a minute. It took Scottie Pippen forever to develop, man. He was like bad dope.
Oh.
Couldn't rise up. Getting pumped by Dennis.
It took Scottie 3 years. It took him 3 years. Come on.
Yeah, but look where Scotty came from. He didn't come from no big school.
Bro,
That's fine.
That's why Isaiah Thomas don't respect Scottie Pippen, because he know, hey, bro, you could put anybody with Michael Jordan at that time. You could have gave him Larry Johnson.
MJ.
Bro, you could have gave him Larry Johnson. You could have gave him Gary Payton. You could have gave him Damian Flowers. Listen, Damian Flowers in that right hand.
He could have.
He had a couple of days with Damian Flowers before Scotty got there and see what y'all saw what happened.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because Scottie Pippen came in there scared. Yep. He got pumped. Mike actually made him tougher, bro. Charles Oakley made him tougher. This is what I need you to understand, bro. And you a fan of basketball. You done seen this before. I give LeBron this. He elevates players around and make them better in his prime. Kobe was able to do it in the back end of his career. Mike was able to do it. There's only a handful of players that can take players that are not really great and make Ron Harper on one bad leg defend and play good. Come on, man.
You gotta give these players more credit, man. You never want to give these guys credit.
Michael Jordan played with the drunk Mike. He played with the drunk Dennis Rodman, not the sober Dennis Rodman.
That's the best Dennis Rodman, though.
No, it was.
Yeah, he had no care in the world. He knew he had one job. One job to do.
Just imagine if you got the sober Dennis Rodman that loved the Lord. I heard my cry. That one right there. Bro, he over there. Bro, he had to go get Dennis. They finna get ready to play a game. Then Mike had to go get Dennis out of the hotel room.
Yes, sir.
Man, we'll act like that Dennis didn't shut down Carl Malone in key moments.
But you know what, though, Ben? You missing the point. You missing the point of what RC trying to tell you.
Okay. What's the
Michael
point?
Jordan got everybody to feed into their role. They fed into the role of what they were supposed to do. And when it was time to take it home, and this is why he's the greatest ever, Michael Jordan took it home. He takes it home. LeBron can't take it home. You want to know why LeBron can't take it home? He's scared to go to the free throw line. Right. He's scared to get fouled. He don't want to go to the free throw line.
What Michael Jordan tell Steve Kerr? He was leaning over like this, drinking that Gatorade. I'm coming to you. I'm gonna be ready, Mike. I'm gonna be ready. To the face 2 weeks ago.
Man, no, but I see what you're saying, but come on, man, y'all gotta give Scotty some real praise here, man.
Scotty gets the praise he should. Scotty gets the praise.
Go ahead.
That'll be like.
Let me say this.
That'll be like.
Why not?
Leaving this podcast, and going to start the VOF and write a book about the VOF experience and. Flowers and just bashing a brother for nothing because you signed a $14 million contract for 30 years. That's your fault.
For some reason, I feel like Scotty felt like I don't know. Maybe I'm sympathizing with Scotty. Maybe I feel like he's a victim or something. But I feel like
what is he a victim of winning?
That man
a victory of being shunned, a victory of not getting enough
praise.
That man
he's a top 75 player. He's a top 75 player. He got 6 rings.
Mm-hmm.
He's well respected, and he's probably a top.
I don't know. It seems like he. I feel like he. I feel like he
top
wants
30,
something.
top 40.
I feel like he wants something more from Jordan, but Jordan is.
What do you
I don't
want?
know. You
want to know what he
like,
wants.
You know how you might you have a
jealousy
father.
Is a mother, Ben. That's what
It's
he
like
wants. Everything that Jordan
exactly.
has.
No, I put it like this.
He wants what Jordan has. Plain and simple. He wants what that man has.
That may be what it is. That's maybe.
Who would you take? Who would you take in their prime? Would you take Scottie Pippen or Tracy McGrady?
Scotty.
Take Scottie Pippen? Y'all take Scottie Pippen?
To play with Jordan?
I might take T.
No, I'm saying
I might take T-Mac. I might
to build a team around. To build a team
T-Mac.
Oh,
T-Mac.
To build a team around.
In their prime, Kobe Bryant or Scottie Pippen?
That's not
man, no, that's beside. This is no.
I'm going somewhere with this. Follow me.
I know exactly where you're going. Drivers.
LeBron.
Okay.
I mean,
Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen?
Mike.
When are you going to pick Scottie Pippen? I need to know when you're going to pick. Listen, bro. Listen. This is the thing. There's Batman and Robin, but every time they make a Batman movie, that's just Batman. It's focal. It's the focal point is Batman. And listen, Robin ain't got no sign in the sky, brother. He ain't got no sign in the sky. Little Robin sign ain't up there.
Let me tell you what Robin do though. He come in and flips the playing field. That's what Robin do.
Ben. But when has Batman ever discredited Robin? When has Michael Jordan ever discredited Scottie Pippen?
Right.
But we don't know what's being said in the locker room. We don't know what's being said.
Okay, if something was being said, why didn't it come out then?
I'm just saying,
why wait 20 years later?
I'm saying if Scotty feeling this way, it has to be something had to be said. If Scotty is really feeling that way, then it's more than something to me. It's just like we just not find out about Tom Brady's wife.
He's crazy.
It's something going on behind closed doors.
Right on brand with Scotty, because that year Jordan retired, Scotty was leader of that team, and they really almost made the finals. I think they was like a bad. They was
they played against the
Wait a minute.
But look, listen to this.
You said that. Go ahead.
That year wasn't that the year that Phil didn't give him the last shot?
Right. Wonder why?
On the bench,
Scotty sat out.
He sat out.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think it's deeper. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if Scotty felt slighted, he was like, well, they probably said, well, Mike was here. Of course, he getting the last shot. But he like, bro, I'm putting in work too. Like, well, I'm not saying he's Mike, but I feel like he being slighted.
That's Michael Jordan, man.
Penny Hardaway in his prime. Penny Hardaway in his prime. Or Scottie Pippen.
Penny.
Grant Hill in his prime. Don't never get
Grant.
Listen, bro.
I'm taking Scotty over. I'm taking Scotty over Grant.
Look, Marcus Jordan.
Yeah,
Right now, what Marcus Jordan is doing is his daddy's work. See, because daddy's here. You understand about Scottie Pippen? Everybody got a Scottie Pippen in their life. Somewhere you've met a Scottie Pippen, someone you work closely with, someone that's sitting around. They want what you have instead of focus on what they got. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with basketball. It's you done sit around and watched how people praise Michael Jordan. And you want that same type of praise. Listen, bro, ain't nobody walking around here with no Scottie Pippens on, man.
To be honest, is Jordan's I want to say not mission, but his responsibility. It's just like I'm saying, like, wow, Ben, your show is great. I'm like, well, yeah, it's great, but I have RC and Flowers, they do their thing too.
He's done that.
Michael Jordan has always gave Scotty credit. He's told you I could never. I would have never
from
done
that
this without
book,
Scotty.
from that series. It sounded like something else though. That was
Scottie Pippen watched the movie. They got a pre-screening of the whole thing. Scotty saw it. What happened was social media reaction to it made Scotty feel some type of way. But let me tell you something, and you can cash this in right here. Scottie Pippen is an alcoholic, bro. Listen, let me explain something to you.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Every time he on the show, he's sweating. He act like he always fumbling over his words. But the reason why he's an alcoholic, let me explain to you why he's an alcoholic. This ain't got nothing to do with basketball. First of all, this man married a woman. This woman that's doing this to him has done this to him multiple times.
Yeah, with Future, right?
But Marcus Jordan is a hired hand. This is petty. This is high level petty. Marcus Jordan don't want Scottie Pippen wife. What he's doing is his daddy said, "Listen, if I go at him, it elevates him. You got to go do this for Daddy." His son's like, "Daddy, I can't do this. This is Marcus. Everything you next in line. When I leave here, listen, you're the only one of us still got hair. You take your ass down and you do what Daddy said you do." Listen, but this ain't got nothing to do. Just say, he didn't ask the baby boy because he know that look really bad. Marcus, my firstborn son, Marcus, who was firstborn. Listen, man,
my heir,
Marcus old enough. Like Marcus might be old enough to remember her and Scotty together.
That's true.
That's one,
That's really bad right there.
That's one, really
She done picked Marcus up. Look, she done picked Marcus up. Hey, Marcus.
Now, Jordan also.
Marcus picking it up. Pick up, Marcus.
That is sick. That is sick.
That's why it's so disturbing. When I saw that story, it can't be true. But that's saying, it's not only affecting Scotty though, but it's affecting Scottie Pippen Jr. Man, like it's other people involved besides just Scotty.
First of all,
was Scottie Pippen Sr. thinking about Scottie Pippen Jr.?
Say again.
I said, was Scottie Pippen Sr. thinking about Scottie Pippen Jr. when he was going on like crazy ass rants?
Was he thinking about Scottie Pippen Jr. when he named him Scottie Pippen Jr.? You don't do that. That boy is tall. That boy is this tall. He don't do nothing. Bro, listen. We need to look at this for what this is. Be careful who you put your mouth on.
Yep.
Okay? Watch who you talking about. You can't talk about Tiger Woods. He know people. See, the news and the media can talk about Tiger Woods, but the caddy bet not. You see what I'm doing it? Mm-hmm. Shaq and Kobe can talk about each other. But you better not ever hear Derek Fisher talk about Kobe Bryant. It's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower breathing. Mm-hmm. You Scottie Pippen. See, you just got to know your position in life, bro. You a Scottie Pippen, bro. You not a Michael Jordan. Leave that alone.
And when are people going to stop saying Scottie made Michael better? When are people going to give Michael the credit of making Scottie better?
I don't think they're trying to discredit Michael. I think they're just saying that
that's Scottie,
what I'm they're trying to give Scottie credit for being a good player, for being a great player that
he gets that though.
Who gave this narrative that Michael Jordan never gave Scottie Pippen credit? That's what I'm trying to get to.
There was some instances in I forgot, it was like interview or something.
Never.
I think it was he didn't give Sky the. I think it was like, I can't remember what video it was, but it blew up a couple years back before the documentary.
You remember?
And so that was like started a beef with Scottie. Remember, Scottie had like they were like beefing it.
You remember when Scottie went to the Portland Trail Blazers? That team was so loaded. That team was so
loaded.
Clyde.
They had Clyde.
No. They had the Portland Trail Blazers had Damon Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace,
Steve Smith was on that team too.
Oh, Clyde was gone by then.
Yeah,
everybody.
Bonzi Wells, Zebo, all of them cats.
Sabonis, Zebo, Jermaine O'Neal,
Brian Grant.
You win nothing. You win nothing.
But that was an old team, though.
No, that's not.
That was a loaded team. That was a very loaded team.
Then you go to Houston, you playing with older players, but you lose to two older guys who still running the pick and roll right now somewhere. Carmelo and John Stockton is setting the screen. It's like he's not a number one guy.
I don't think that's what he's trying to say.
Because James Harden.
Yes, he was.
You're not building around James Harden. I mean, come on, man.
If T-Cat was here, he said he would.
Bro,
man, hey, what's so
Pippen
funny?
Had 2 years.
What's so funny? Taylor would just call me.
Pippen had 2 years to show you he was a number one guy.
Yep.
What happened? Yeah, they made the playoffs. People forget that the system was already built in. Phil had been there. The players knew the system. Great and all, yada, yada. Yeah, they won 55 games. But you know what the difference was? Why they didn't win a championship? Because Michael Jordan wasn't there. Plain and simple.
Bro,
but that's crazy that he took him that far, though.
He took him that far, but he didn't go over the mountaintop. He made it to the mountaintop. He took him close to it, but you got to have Michael Jordan against that mountaintop.
Jordan, I'm biased because I grew up on Mike, but Michael, you can't drink Kool-Aid without sugar. Listen, man. Michael Jordan is the sugar in the Kool-Aid, bro. Listen.
I understand. Jordan's my favorite player too, but I'm trying to get Scottie some recognition. Like, I feel like he get downplayed a lot.
We've never discredited this. I've never heard anybody discredit Scottie. I've never heard anybody discredit him. Maybe it's these younger kids now.
His ex-wife gets a lot of recognition, bro. She doing it the wrong way.
He said get a lot of recognition. I know, because they're blowing up. That story is all over the place. Like,
and look, Scottie Pippen is really quiet right now, right?
I ain't saying not a word.
He ain't talking
about that book neither. Man, y'all send y'all prayers. Man, y'all send y'all prayers up for Scottie, man.
I ain't praying, but this God will send
Don't disrespect the Don. What's wrong with him? Come on,
man. Scottie going through some stuff, man. Send y'all prayers up, man.
But listen, I think, to me personally, it is wrong for Marcus to do what he's doing. That's how I know Marcus is Marcus is a higher hand. Marcus don't. You got to realize Michael Jordan kids have feelings, you know. And he probably said, "I ain't studying."
He's like 50 something. He's like 30.
It don't even.
Nobody want Larsa Pippen, man.
You disrespected my daddy. I'm gonna run this up for my daddy. You're like, I'm gonna run this up for my daddy. I'm gonna and look, I wouldn't be surprised. It's all this strategically done because she seemed like a bitter woman, and this probably like the kill shot for Scottie. But
yeah, that's the last thing.
If Scottie was really that G he said he is, this is a time you really need to be loud. Like, hey, Mike, get your son, man. Hey, what's
I
happening?
agree. You right about that, RC. You're right
He-
about that.
So you saying he ain't about that life?
He just
You
running
would,
off at the
you say
mouth.
you would snatch them up. You would
he's
went down
somewhat
there and
drunk.
snatched them up.
Bro, I'd have called TMZ and I'd have FaceTime Michael Jordan. See,
You better get your son.
Listen, bro, I want y'all to hear the conversation. I wanted to go viral. I'd say, listen, forget the basketball shit, Mike. I'm about to break. Either you get him or I get it. This disrespectful. It's too much, man. No, bro. I'm doing this for Lil Scotty. I ain't doing this
Not
for
Uncle
him.
Pippen.
He talking about Uncle Pippen.
Lil Scotty got to kneel this down, bro. I'm thinking about Lil Scotty. Lil Scotty gonna be all right. Lil Scotty gonna be the one going through it. You worried about the wrong Pippen.
You worried about the wrong.
Cause look,
Uncle
as
Pippen
make
is
Russell
crazy.
Westbrook mad, as soon as Lil Scotty don't do something right in practice, Russell Westbrook gonna be the one to tell him, hey, bro, your mama over there, man. You know how Russell is.
And that's what I'm saying. Dang, bro. Dang. Hey,
Boy,
let's
y'all
go.
done killed me today.
Man, let's go. Let's get ready to end this thing. Let's go into studs and duds. I forgot all about that. We had to do that. Let's go into that.
Stud or dud of the week.
All right, Flowers, who your stud of the week?
Man, the Che train has pulled back into the station, baby. Che train. Jonathan Taylor, if you don't know who I'm talking about.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see it.
Had one 100-yard game. Second down. So there's a big hole. He's off to the races. Chased by Harmon. Chased by Webb. And you can kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Colts.
Make that 2 games.
He's all right. Back to coaching.
I love Kevin Harlan on the call, man. He know how to call a game.
That's right. Get the people hype. All right, RC, who your stud?
Tua Fish, balling like he's supposed to.
Fish
Red fish, blue fish.
Tua, end zone, caught. Trent Sherfield, touchdown.
I ain't gonna lie, that was
throw
good,
it,
man. I ain't gonna lie. That was in the bucket. Dang. No. All right, T. Wright, who's your stud?
Jay Jitters. Justin Jefferson.
That's right.
Minutes left in a 4-point game. Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson pulled it in. The catch of his life keeps the Vikings' hopes alive. There's no way.
Come on, DB.
You got Maul.
Knock it down.
Man,
Knock it
come on.
That's crazy. That's a crazy catch.
Right. He snapped. I can't believe
Jetta was thugging yesterday, boy.
Man,
what?
My goodness. All right, my stud is Dalvin Cook.
7-1, trying to win a 7th in a row today. Here's Dalvin Cook on 1st down, and Cook's got room. Dalvin Cook takes off down the sideline. There he goes. The big play they desperately needed. Dalvin Cook with a 71-yard touchdown.
Dalvin's
back in the
guy. Man,
Yes,
he's
sir.
that guy. I like to see him when he's healthy. Okay, he can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, Flowers, who your dud?
Your boy Russell Wilson.
Let's ride. What they say, Bronco Country, let's hide.
That's right. That's right.
Let's hide.
Wilson has been hit 18 times today. 4th and 8. Wilson throws on the run, and it is intercepted by...
That was terrible. He threw it. I don't know where he threw
I think he could have actually ran and got a first down.
He threw that so high. All right, RC, who your dud?
Dakota Prescott. You know, I'm sorry, Dak, but he made 2 bonehead plays in that game.
Yeah, that interception cost him too.
Prescott over the middle, and it's intercepted again. It's Ford again. Near side has a block. Rudy Ford inside the 30.
Bro, who was throwing to?
Well, they said CeeDee Lamb put been like smoothing out the route. But I wouldn't throw it to him. He had to go across the defender face anyway. I wouldn't through that pass. So they said it was on CeeDee Lamb, but still, I wouldn't through that. Tyler Wright, his dud was Dennis Allen. So I'm just show a Saints clip that's pretty bad.
Dalton stays in the pocket, looks for Landry, off his hands and picked off. It's taken away by DeMonte Casey in his Steelers.
I hate that defensive celebration when they run and go sit down in front of the camera. I hate that.
Waste of energy, right?
Yeah. All right, my dud of the week is Marcus Mariota. You know, we can't be we can't be doing this, Marcus. We can't be doing this.
2nd and 4. And down goes Mariota, just getting a small piece. Meanwhile, the ball is out, but what are they going to call this now? No, they're stopping the play. They're stopping the play. Crowd is in an uproar. They're running into the end zone.
That's a bad loss. I can't believe we lost to them.
Yeah. He need to be on the bench after that throw.
Marcus, you can't be doing that. You better glad you called down, but you can't.
He got to be put on the bench after that.
Yeah.
I know that's right. All right, guys. So that was the stud of the week. Is there anything else y'all want to bring up before we end the show?
That's it.
Commanders, W. 32-21.
Wow.
Tyler Heineke.
Man, well, fellas.
Yep.
Salute.
Last of the unbeatens.
Well, fellas, our game picks haven't been as great this week. RC, you got 6 picks right. Taylor Gatwood got 8. Me, Flowers, and T. Wright have 7. So
yeah, rough week.
Yeah, another week.
It's all right.
Another
NFL
week
for you.
So we'll be back Friday. Hold on, let me think. Yes, we'll be back Friday with another show. So we'll talk then, guys.
Salute.
Get out of here.